Watch it! That's right! I'm a fucking bandit. Understand it, I'm a fucking bandit. Understand it, I'm a fucking bandit. Understand it, I'm a fucking bandit. Bandit, 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 bandit. Understand it, I'm a fucking bandit.
Welcome to the Frontline Gaming Community's Summer Draft Series. Yes, it's on my desktop. I don't give a yeah, anyway. We have Rainstorms alongside me. We have everyone ready for week number 4, and this is going to be a big one. Rainstorms, how you doing this week, man?
I'm good, man. I celebrated my 25th birthday yesterday. Got some sailing in, so
Nice.
I'm ready to go.
Sailing on your 25th, out to sea. Was it rental cars are way cheaper now? Insurance goes down. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty.
It
great.
was on a lake, but
I mean, same thing. Yeah. I mean, we're on a boat, baby. We're on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we have some fantastic matchups for you today. To give you guys a little bit of a recap, you saw a whole bunch of stats already going down. Here's a few standings for you right now as it stands. The Ninjas are in first place, but only just, as they're quickly followed by the Avalanche and Tsunami. We have a bunch of teams this week that are fighting for survival. What do you make of the bottom two versus the top two at this point? Can they still make it? Do they have a chance, Rainstorms?
Yeah, they still have a chance, but this week they're going to have to win probably both their matchups this week if they really want a really good shot. There's a lot of great talent stacked all around, but unfortunately with Mob and Nova, you've got a lot of chances kind of left on the floor where they were taken over by some more crafty opponents in previous weeks.
Definitely, and they're going to have their entire hands full because this week we have just the most amazing matchups that you could be looking for. Let's go ahead and just check out the stats between our first matchup of the day, which is going to be the Mob versus the Avalanche. Now, Mob is being headed today, of course, by their captain Mars, and his last week pickup Zach, and a recent change of pace. Mr. Manager, who has been dropped from the casuals, has been traded over and picked up by the Mob. Now, do you think that will help them as they face off against Cube, Jordan, and Cryptide?
That'll definitely be a big help, and as we saw last week with Zach entering in kind of last minute, he was able to step right into this team, play really well with Mars and his other teammates, and really got Mob a solid win over their last week's opponent, which kind of kept them in to the playoff race here as we end the few weeks of the summer league. And so Zach will be an amazing add, and then Mr. Manager, a little bit of a surprising drop to me, honestly, coming from the casuals with him being such a staunch player. And so I think the Mob definitely has a lot more offensive energy and a lot of stacked power than we have seen in previous weeks.
And we do get to see a little bit of an extra matchup of their stats. The Mob are facing kind of an elimination type game at this point. There's still a whole bunch of different angles, a bunch of different ways that they can still make it, but winning out would be their best bet. And the Avalanche is playing to win in. They need about just one more win, and they are good to go to make it into our 2-day weekend playoff finale. And as we take a look at the stats here, it seems that the Mob is facing kind of an uphill battle. The Avalanche, they know how to put pressure onto everyone's defense, and they know how to score, especially with Jordan and Cube in combination. But the Mob made a very interesting pickup with Zach and with Mr. Manager. I've not seen that combo together yet, and with Mars, it has the potential to be lethal.
It sure does. And Avalanche, knowing that with one win in a series they could potentially clinch, you got to wonder if they're going to be sticking to the same strategy that's gotten them there, or they see this new talent on the Mob that they heard so much about last week with their win that they might have to adapt a little bit to an opponent that going into this they thought might have been a lot easier than it currently is.
Most definitely. And the Avalanche are having to play 2 games this week. They're doing an away and away, so they're playing at 2 different home stadiums. But we haven't really seen the pitch difference be kind of making a difference in the game. And so Mob really has to prove themselves this week, and they have 2 more, I believe, the next week. And it's going to be huge. Who knows if they can kind of keep up the momentum that they were able to grab their first win. And so we're currently waiting on our little practice game that's going on in the background to complete itself. I always love it whenever they decide to test things a little bit late. That's fine.
Oh yeah. How are you, Monkey?
I am doing fantastic, and for anyone that is just fresh and with us, this is Frontline Gaming Community, the FLGC, as you might know it, or have come to see it. We have a Discord down below that has a whole bunch of different gamers that love to play Rocket League, but also love to play a whole bunch of different games. We have Overwatch, we have PUBG. We're going to be doing community days at the midweek, where we just kind of get together, play a bunch of excessive stuff, and just hang out as a community should. And we're trying to reach out across many different communities, Discords, and just media in general, and invite everyone to come in and enjoy us and to watch us. We do this every Sunday, or at least for the next couple of Sundays, at 2:30. And after next week, which is our final week of the regular season, we're gonna have a 2-day playoff. How do you think that's really going to play a factor over the course of 2 days in a sitting for a double elimination playoff for these teams?
Yeah, definitely in 2 days, you're going to see a lot of players who, if they win their first match and advance on to later rounds, you're going to maybe see some changes in rosters with different schedules, different availability and things like that. And that can really shake up a lot of momentum for a team as they're heading into the final stretches of the playoff series.
Yeah, it's kind of like a game of stamina. Who can best survive through just the long haul kind of marathon of that? If you win, you have a much better chance because you have to play way less games. But we've seen people come from the bottom bracket before and do amazing stuff. So it's really dependent upon like how conditioned you are to play at such a high level for so long.
Yeah, and with this playoff series, will we be seeing, first place out of this main league? Will they be seeded going in?
They will be seeded. So first and second place are going to be getting a bye because it is top 6 of 8. So the bottom 4 will have to play out into the first round, and then they will proceed into bottom brackets and then be facing off against the higher tier. So if you end the season at first and second, you have a better chance to simply because you do have to play less. And right now, of course, the top 2 seeds. Second place is kind of at a tie between Avalanche and Tsunami, except the Avalanche have a head-to-head win over the Tsunami. And the way that we will be judging these records and standings and placements, it will be series record, game percentage winning record, and then head-to-head. And so if somehow head-to-heads can't be ties, we make sure that people finish it out. So it's hopefully going to be the best team, and then whoever the best is between 2 teams. So right now, the Mob and the Nova are facing the drama of this week of possibly being eliminated from the playoffs. However, they can keep themselves alive as we progress through the games today. And I believe that our practice game is finally over. We can actually jump in and get with our teams.
Certainly. And if Avalanche wants to get that first round bye heading into the playoffs, I think they're going to have to win both of their matchups today because they're still 3-1 with Ninjas and Tsunami, but both of those teams are going to come strong out of the gate, and so I don't think they're going to be able to rely on a 1-1 coming out of today in that record.
Definitely not, but we're going to go ahead and get down to the field and give them a chance to show us what they've got ready for us as we get ready for the Mob versus the Avalanche, and we are going to be in Urban Central, their hometown. Can't wait for the Mob to show us what they can do. Let me actually get the series markers correct. We're in game number 1. Oh, goodness gracious. Let me make sure that this actually works. There we go. No one's actually won. There we go. Game number 1, Mob versus Avalanche. Here we go. We seem to be just following false cube at this moment. I believe we can go to director mode. Following Zach now, trying to get a little bit of a lift jump. He's going to pass it over to Manager. Manager, cannot get to it in time, but Cryptide did not make a full challenge attack on it. Cube trying to carry it under Zach, but Zach is going to challenge right beside him. A lot of the Avalanche, they're looking for a nice easy win today, but they may not get it as the Mob is going to apply all sorts of pressure, put some cement blocks under their feet, really just try to drive it home how bad they want to stay.
Cryptide almost punished there for waiting a little bit too long with that deke. Tried to give a little bit extra time to see what he could do, but Mob played a lot of extra pressure on that, getting it out and almost scoring a goal on it.
Pax plays with the amazing setup to Cryptide, but it ends up getting punched by Zach, and they will score first.
So once again with Cryptide, he's going up, and he's giving a little bit of extra time, I think. He could have challenged a little bit sooner, but Zach was able to just pinch that barely off, and it just happened to go on net.
Definitely not what they were looking for, as a team play had developed, and it just kind of all but turned away the wrong direction. Mars will be punching off the wall and will not catch it before Pax plays, but Zach is going to keep the play going as it goes down center. Couldn't get an attack on it as Mr. Manager goes flying. Nice, good send. Put it back out to middle. Mr. Manager is going to clear it up to Mars. Mars will be jumping up for it. Maybe push it back to center to give it back to Manager. Manager will be jumping again. Oh, but it goes off backboard. Will Zach be on the attack? Yes, he will. But it is still too high for anyone to really grab at this moment for another goal. Cube leaving out to Cryptide. Cryptide is going to put this down center. This should be an easy clear off to the corner. Cryptide on the attack again. We'll roll it from the wall, and Mars will make the quick catch and grab. Manager's been a good pickup so far. Oh, but Mars is going to have to get the clear, as that one actually would have been an easy shot. Turned a dribble. Did not benefit anyone from our Avalanche so far.
Great last-minute effort from Mars to get that clear.
Zach on the attack. No, he'll be rolling back. Oh, and Manager able to make the nice save. Almost out of reach. He had just enough boost to make it. Cryptide is going to put this up from the high angle, but it will not go straight down. Zach with a good high defensive posture on the backboard. Mars is going to try and dribble this. Oh, he's trying to get the delay in the challenge, but did not pan out. Cube, lane over to Pax plays. They're trying to do some fancy stuff. I like the play. I like the, you know, they're able to take some chances. As much as they want this win, they're still going to be themselves. They're still going to be a little bit acrobatic and fun.
Yeah, that was a great setup from False Cube. Unfortunately, Pax Plays just couldn't get into the right position and had to double back a little bit and out of position.
I realize now, when I looked at the rosters and I look who's playing, Jordan was set to play today, and thus far, he's actually been replaced by Pax. So I did not realize that as we were going into this game.
Yeah, and those last-second adjustments might just be what Mob needs to pull out a win here.
Definitely, they're playing without their star pickup, their #1 pickup for the Avalanche. So it's gonna be higher stress for them to really punch it out. But stress or anything, it's still only 1-0. Zach trying to press up, and Cryptide's gonna clear this from the corner. However, we're coming down lane, a quick banger that's slapped out by Pax. Still trying to find pay dirt. A lot of flips, a lot of cool things, and Cube will get them on the board.
And finally, with the Avalanche, their first good shot of the game so far. False Cube coming up, takes a lot of boost away from the Mob and gets a nice little flip in there to put it up over 2 defenders.
It was a very, very good attack, and now we're just right back to being evened up. Let's see if they can continue this assault and come back on it. Nice punch at first. Zach. He's our ESL Monthly Elite. A lot of people got to know him through a little bit of controversy last week, but it ended up being all cleared up and good to go. And now he's just showing out for his newfound team with the Mob. He's been kind of a wonderful, stellar pickup this late in the season. Pax. Oh, double commit by Zach and Mars, and it finds Glory in the back of the net.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Really good double touch for Mars there to pass it off. And Zach, I think he had this last second little adjustment to the ball that Cryptide wasn't expecting, and he wasn't able to react quick enough.
That one was, I don't know if, yeah, he definitely, that had to be last second because it almost looked like it was planned, and I don't know how you can plan that far in advance. But between him and Mars, that was a fantastic 1-2 punch to give them the lead. Cryptide will be following up on this one and will be challenged by Mars. Neutralized out to the center. 1 minute left already in this first game of the first series of the day. Mars clear, going out to Zach. Zach with an extra punch back down to the corner. Pax is going to put it back out to middle. Dangerous spot. Mars catching Cube backwards, but a good save.
It almost looked like Zach was planning on bumping False Cube out of the net, leaving an open goal for...
Mars will bury that one.
And right as I'm saying that, Pax is trying to get that clear, but it just goes over his hood. Mr. Manager coming in to slam it down, and False Cube, unfortunately, just bumps it off the side, planning it up perfectly for Mars.
Oh man, that is one. Cube was trying to get that clear as it just like came off of that dribble, and definitely Mars with the heads up play. Cryptide and company, I guess, are just gonna help him make this difference even bigger.
Yeah, this is a rough game for Cryptide so far. It's rough going off that face-off, and Cryptide just doesn't get the touch he's wanting. He's wanting to send it off the high crossbar or above the net, but it just goes in.
Yeah, that's one of those where you were trying to get the angle right off the kickoff, and it just ended up being a little bit too fast in the wrong direction. 30 seconds left, 3 goals down. The Avalanche may have to rewrite this one and just wait for game number 2 to roll back and see what they can do. Is this global warming? Is that what the Avalanche is having to face as they are in the inner city? Will that be their kryptonite today?
I don't think the puddle has the same ring to it.
I mean, we can call it the river, or whichever. They're going to be crying a river of tears as this 3-goal difference will not change, and the Avalanche will be going down, and Mob will be taking game number 1 as soon as this touches ground. Paydirt! Mob takes game number 1.
Yeah, Mob, they smell blood in the water right now, initially, because, excuse me, 2 goals for Zach, 2 goals for Mars, a lot of passing plays between them, a lot of good team chemistry, and Avalanche didn't put up much of a fight for this round. And so Mob is hoping to get out those wins now before it gets too tough and they might be knocked out of playoff contention.
Yeah, if they can keep this up, they can keep going, they're going to have a really good chance. And this combination of players isn't bad. We saw another set of them between whenever they had Dirty and Goop with Mars, and you thought that one was going to be even more high octane, but just didn't pan out whenever they played against the casuals. So maybe this will be the formula that works out. Who knows?
Maybe.
But we will be going into game number 2, and Avalanche, it's going to be a bit chippy, and they're going to have to get chippier with this team. Simply by virtue of having to make up for a loss of Jordan.
Yeah, and that will be a tough loss to handle. Jordan's top quality aerial skills are what led the Avalanche to the top of the 3 spots here in the league to begin with.
We're going to have our teams join and have them get into the game, and they're going to face off. See, it's global warming. Look, the rain's outside. It's stormy weather, and so it's not good. It's not good for the Avalanche. Cryptide may be able to get a chance right off the kickoff, but no, he had to use all his boosts just to get there in the first place. Clear. Zach is going to try and dribble this out. Poking it right around Cryptide. Mr. Manager with a pre-jump from space. His marquee move. Max plays. Trying to fall this one, but Zach is everywhere you don't want him to be if you're the Avalanche. He is definitely going to be one of the big playmakers here today, and they're going to need to find a way to shut him down if possible. Oh, and Cryptide getting bullied by Zach right out the gate. Cube is going to try and do a 1v2. He's able to carry it. A 2-man commit will actually press all of the Mob upfield.
Yeah, very similar situation to game 1 where False Cube found himself on the side. This time, no goal for Mars.
Zach try and do some footwork, bring it over to Manager. It was actually a little bit behind, and Mr. Manager doing his best impression of an Avalanche player, but thankfully Mars was back on defense to at least clear for now. So try and get another, and try and do a third, and thankfully the post for the Mob is able to keep that ball at bay.
Yeah, great positioning from Mars, recognizing that the shot's going to come in any second, and he put himself in a great position to just get that tip out and send it along the post.
Zach with a good clear, and Pax's going to have to chase it in retreat. He's able to delay it just for the moment. Zach laying over to Mr. Manager, and Cryptide will find it to the wall. Still tied 0-0. These teams, however, without the star player of Jordan around, they're still very, very much even. Manager trying to back pass. Oh, and Cryptide able to ball it and will get the first goal of this game.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Mr. Manager boosts around, misses the boost, doesn't have much of a choice else but to pass it back to Mars. And I'm not sure if Mars knew it was happening or if there was a miscommunication, but he couldn't get there in time and instead whipped on it as an easy goal for Avalanche.
Ooh, that's a big oof. Whenever I see that, I know I'm not clever enough to make a nice little play. I just throw my car sideways and pray for the best, just for more surface area.
Mars with a bad takeoff.
Zach's going to play from the corner. It's going to be dropping down center, and Mr. Manager goes flying by his cube. Gets some clear. It's still in the play box. Oh, and 3 people having to get in the way of Zach. They formed a wall and said, no, you cannot attack here.
Yeah, Yeah, Zach just tries to stuff it in here, but 2 defenders are able to keep that out.
Mr. Manager trying to chase along with Cryptide, and Zach is back on defense, able to save the mob. Going down by 2, and Pax keep this play alive. He did not keep control of the ball, however, and that will allow them to at least get the clear for now. Zach is going to be backtracking, trying to just get it out to the corner again. Cube leaving off to Pax. Pax is going to put it back center. It's going to go high, but wide again. The Avalanche are keeping up the pressure. That's going to be the formula for success against this mob crew. They got to stop the counterattacks. Really, they shot themselves in the foot a few times. Just opened up too many lanes in game number 1, and right now those lanes are shut down. Mars bring out from the side wall. It's going to be popping over to Zach. An extra touch from Cube, and it goes nowhere. Oh, Zach feeling the backflip without ball control.
Yeah, Zach in an awkward position. That ball just kind of dancing around his car. Fortunately enough, no pressure from Avalanche as he gets time to recover.
Pax trying to take it up. Deliver it to a teammate, but no, 2 teammates are now having to go for the clear. A pull double commit will open up the lane. Zach will try for another shot, but gets slapped by Cube. Nice block there. Very quickly and quietly able to find a way to stymie Zach's progression upfield. Cube just laying this one in there. It was so slow and had the potential.
Yeah, great positioning from False Cube up in the air. It almost looked like he was able to just stop and freeze in midair to perfectly place that ball. And as that happens, though, little mishandling in the corner, and Zach just sends this in off of a Mars pass. Cryptide going for boost, unable to really pressure this, and Zach sends it in right over Pax plays.
He will find a way to turn every little mistake against you, and so definitely that's what they've been looking for. Tied 1-1, even and up. Ooh, nice little dribble by Cryptide over Zach, and just he lost it in ball cam, so was not able to switch out and did not see the defense coming.
Yeah, great ball control, and unfortunately without that last second flick, he's not able to get it past that defender.
Mars getting pit maneuvered is gonna have to make Zach go back onto defense, and we're now at 1 minute remaining, still tied at 1. It's been very even. A lot of control by this Avalanche team has made the mob have to get a little bit feistier, a little bit more desperate. Right now, the Avalanche are trying to put it away and even up this series. Mr. Manager with a miss, but it does not hurt them as he actually is able to grab it back downfield. It's centered up. If anyone had been there, maybe it would have been a shot. Just trying to get in the way.
Mr. Manager opting to rotate out instead of having.
That's a bit of math right there.
And maybe it helped out. A little bit of calculation there as Mars just moonshots this off of a Pax plays assist as it comes in and unfortunately goes in.
It's every step of the way. These Avalanche, just the one thing that will get them is their own mistakes. It's just something. You're hoping that they can go into game number 3 or maybe end this game of their own volition, but it seems like it's just going to run away from them.
False Cube there with the wide open net. Unfortunately can't get over it quite enough and just sends it high and wide.
Pax is going to try and play this Cryptide. Cryptide's going to play it downfield, but Mars and Manager are there to clear it. Oh, he cannot grab it as it's heading towards net. Cube can only just block it. It's still airborne. Cube's trying to get any kind of touch he can, but the upside down angles kind of make it difficult. And the mob will go up 2-0 in this series and facing an easy sweep, possibly?
Possibly. Avalanche looked a lot different in this particular round. More so in the first one, they had a lack of offensive pressure. In this game, they didn't have any lack of offensive pressure, but they made a lot of mistakes that led to easy chances for the mob. And whenever chances were presented to them, they weren't able to finish and tack on any goals for those opportunities.
Definitely, and we need to see the Avalanche not get snowblind, not get lost in their own storm, because they're fine. They had plenty of control, and then just happened to kind of lose focus as they went towards the end of the game. And I understand holding on to one goal is going to make you prone to mistakes. You really got to kind of set yourself up for success and finish what you started. We're going to go ahead and start up game number 3. Will this be an easy sweep? Who knows? Or will we be able to see a reverse sweep from this Avalanche? I've never seen a Avalanche roll up the mountain, but hey, first time for everything.
We've seen Stranger.
We've seen Stranger Things. That's a good show. Very good show. Oh, this
Never
one
seen it.
nearly going into the net. Ooh, you need to see it, by the way. Fantastic show. It's all hyped around the 80s. It's pretty cool. Zach with the long clear. It's going over to Mars. Mars getting a touch. He may not be able to get a second one. Yes, he will. Will it go to Manager? Manager trying to drop it back. He kind of a little bit wide. Seemingly a pass and turn shot. Shot turn pass.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, Mars with a hard pinch.
Woo.
Initially, it didn't look like it was going to pan out much, but Zach was on the far side, able to get it towards net and cause a little bit of defensive communication out of necessity for Avalanche.
Mars able to grab that one from Pax Plays. I just realized that Pax is also using, I think, the Venom? I'm not sure. I forgot the name of that car. Kind of a neat little throwback.
Yeah, rare choice we see in competitive play.
Manager will be chasing after this one. No, he's going to go from the wall, and Pax will just have to play it. And Bouncer past him. These games are always start off with like the first 2.5 minutes with no one scoring. It's like feeler game the whole way. Manager, Zach just trying to block everyone out, and a two-man commit able to stop that one.
Yeah, that was a rocket of a shot, but two defenders better than one. Both of them able to kind of pinch that out and get it away. But as we say that, Pax Plays gets duped in his own defensive zone. Little hit off of Cryptide. Excuse me, that was False Cube as he can't get it, and Zach just buries it.
Mars was able to just focus enough to get a little extra bounce, tipped it aside, and just handed it off to his boy Zach. That's really making the difference here as the Mars and Zach plays going forward.
Yeah, it's those subtle touches that are doing wonders for them.
Avalanche are have to rebound from this. Can't just go quietly into that good night. They got to be the ferocious storm that we know they can be. This shot going, but Mars with the good reverse defensive play, and again using every bit of his boost to try and just get up there and make those plays happen. Manager passing absolutely no one, but able to at least clear it down the field.
And that's something we see from Mars quite often, is he does an excellent job of tracking the ball when it's on net, and he's having to make a great last second.
Ooh, but Cube with the redirect.
Yeah, what a last second play here. Pax just barely gets it away from Mars, and Mr. Manager thinks he's got the easy save. False Cube just gets this barely with his rear right bumper. Sends it just out of reach of Mr. Manager.
I'm pretty sure that clipped the my son is an honor student bumper sticker or something. Just enough. All right,
My other car is an Octane.
we're even at one yet again, and the Avalanche. Oh, a little bit of fun. Perhaps rule number one going on between Mars and Cube. A couple of captains doing what they do, and Zach just taking away the slow pace and burying it.
Yeah, so a little bit of a double commit in the same area between False and Cryptide, and Pax Play is just sitting in net here, wondering who's going to pass it, who's going to take it, and Zach decides to take the short side away from that, not give Pax the chance to get up to it.
It was again another Mars and Zach combo. They ran in parallel to one another, and this shot just went up onto backboard safely away for the Avalanche. Now Cube on the counterattack. This will be heading to net. Oh, and the extra slam brings us back even at 2.
And what a great little pass here from Cryptide to False and back to Cryptide as he gets that nice little slam, takes it away from Mars. Mars was poised to save that, but the last second effort from Cryptide slams it in.
Cryptide is tired of seeing Mars be the hero, and he wants to take on that role this time around. Cube is going to try and bring this back out middle. Cryptide. Nice little clear, but Zach is going to keep the pressure on. The mob is going to make these Avalanche nervous. Oh, this one will head to backboard. Zach maybe going for the slam. It will be slow, but it's going to be in anyway.
Two people go up for that read off the backboard. One person reads it just a little bit better as it goes for a 50-50. Zach comes in, slams it just under False, and he can't come up with it as Mob takes the lead 3-2 with 2 minutes left.
Cube couldn't do anything but fall like a brick and solidify that, but there's still 2 minutes remain. There's a lot of game left. Cryptide going for a shot of his own, but Zach, an easy clear, gonna pop it high. Pax Plays quickly darts it back down to the net. Cube gonna try and play it back to Pax, but Pax is in full retreat. He is without boost. He's gonna try again another day. Cryptide with the shot back to Zach.
That was one of the more precise top corner pinch passes for a center that I've ever seen from Pax.
Hey, it was very accurate. Sometimes they pop out of nowhere. And you have to pretend that you did on purpose, right?
Yeah, it's all part of the plan.
Paxton do the long carry. He's already backwards. Ran out of boost, though, which Cube was kind of waiting on the extra little bump. And Zach clearing the defense out. Only Cube now left on the back line, but it'll be enough to bring him back out center. Oh, an extra flick. He's going to roll it in. Roly-poly. No, not quite.
Yeah, he gets the flick away from Cryptide, but it doesn't get just enough air to get it past Pax as he's the last man back.
1 minute left. This Avalanche, they're still down by 1.
Cryptide bumping Pax plays in their own defensive zone.
Oh, and Zach just coming out of the sky.
Jeez. And Mars with the playmaker assist, unfortunately from Cryptide, sending it just off the board out of his reach for a double touch, and Zach slamming it down for a 2-goal lead with under a minute to take the series 3-0 potentially.
My goodness, he was fluttering his boost that whole time, and he was doing it so quickly. He was just able to get in the right angle. It's how you gonna stop this man? He's a madman. He lives up to his title, and he lives up to the kind of the flair that we've given him over the past week or two. Cryptide's gonna have to try find a rebuttal against this madman Zach. Mr. Manager couldn't quite solidify that last one. Still 30 seconds left. Avalanche are gonna have to act fast if they don't want this to be a sweep, a blemish on their record. Want to solidify a playoff spot, and this is not the way to do it. They will have another chance later this stream, but this one, oh, nearly in again. Cube trying to find some kind of connection. Cryptide's gonna have to flick it to him. Ends up flicking himself, flicks his own captain. He realizes it's a little bit too far gone. He's trying to give it to Pax. Mars will send this aside, and this will be a sweep in favor of the Mob. Mob take a 3-0 over the Avalanche.
Yeah, and that's surprising to see from the Mob just based on where they are in the standings compared to the Avalanche. But at the same time, is it really surprising given the fact that they're coming in with such a strong pickup from Zach and Mr. Manager? Zach with 4 goals, all 4 goals in fact, in that last game. And you get the sense that he's kind of the missing piece that Mob might have needed at the start of the season.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You get your first round pick later whenever all the things have already been settled. But this poor Mob team, they've gone through a lot of different changes in concern with their roster. They've lost 2 separate people, had to make some random pickups. I think another person has just recently departed. So the fact that they're able to make 2 pickups throughout this last weekend and this week and be able to make it work and so efficiently, that shows good things and at least a chance and a hope for them as we head into this very late part of the regular season. And so we can only hope that we're going to see more of that as we go along. But
yeah, we can only hope. If Avalanche wants to continue on and win their second series of today, though, and potentially get that top 2 spot for the playoff bye, they're going to have to work on their defensive rotation and pressure, not giving the enemy enough time to make a play and instead pressuring them before they have any opportunity to really hurt you.
Well, hey, hopefully they can recover. We're going to be seeing them later this stream, but right now we're going to be heading into our second series of the day in about 5 minutes. Give us some time, and we'll be seeing you real soon here on the FLGC Summer Draft Series. And welcome back to the Summer Draft Series presented by the Frontline Gaming Community. We have a fantastic matchup going into this next one already. As you guys have been able to see, it is between the Casuals and the Bandits. Both teams, one has played a little bit more games than the other, but generally pretty even, unless we go to stats, which we're going to take a look at just right now. And those of you that may be wondering, yes, we're still in the mix of kind of converting from one set of logos to another. So some were pre-made, some were other. So if you're curious about that, it's because I didn't make any more. So deal with it. So so right now, let's talk about the Bandits. The Bandits, they're set pretty well. They're in the middle of the pack. If we look at our standings, they're about 4, so they're in the upper 4, and they just have that bare advantage over the Casuals. So this is a kind of a flip-flop match. If the Casuals are able to get this, they'll be hitting even 500 at 3-3 and being a much better place to at least make the top 6. But between these two teams, there is a big kind of stat differential. I want to say a lot of the credit goes to Bags for their scoring proficiency, but I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. Bags is each and every game. It seems he's a hat trick is never out of the question for him, which is surprising because he's one of the most prolific scorers in the league. And before play, he was just a random pickup that had to come in last second to help out the Bandits, and he helped out quite a lot.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job. I think he every week he tries to make sure that we know that he is like the scoring leader. And by the way, we're going to be presenting you guys the stats as best as we can for individual people soon enough. But he leads the league in total goals, and he is just crazy with it. I want to say that's also because he's enabled by a fantastic assisting crew between Banger Boy and Cisco, which is their lineup for today. They have Banger Boy, Bags, and Cisco against Big Poppy, Esper, and a new pickup of Za Cherry, a fresh off the books new guy on the block who I've already seen him play a few times, and this is a lethal weapon ready to be used.
Yeah, Za Cherry will definitely be an interesting pickup for them. Big Poppy and Esper already pretty well established in how they play with each other. It'll be interesting to see how Za Cherry figures into the mix.
And so we're going to be going ahead and heading down to Champions Field, where we're going to get to see our Casuals possibly hang on just long enough and be able to outdo these Bandits that are going to come in and try and steal their beans. I need to figure out why all these numbers keep getting used at the same time. I swore we're in game number 1. I didn't do it. I didn't do it, guys.
It was the beans.
Those beans!
Definitely some very flamboyant flair from Big Poppy on his car decal there.
I don't know if you can blame the Zephyr crate for that just kind of started off, but they're definitely going. It's kind of like a poison dart frog. It's like the more color it has, the more lethal and venomous it is, right? I think that's how that works.
Well, actually, a venomous. It's poisonous if you eat it, but it's venomous if it like stings you.
Oh, okay. So, man, I thought I had that the right way because I was even trying to be like, it's venom, but dang
Nope.
it. All right, well, I tried. Dang it, I always get that wrong. Cisco trying to carry this off.
Rocket League biology.
This is Rocket League biology. It's just Bags with a long clear, and the only flare he has is a little rose. I love it. It's simplicity at its finest, and it's still rocking the cool
Banger Boy.
Woo. Banger able to bang that one really fast, but Esper able to just keep in the way enough. Saw Cherry trying to chase after this one. He's a little dribble out of the corner, but Cisco's going to keep applying the pressure. Bags bring this off and away. Poppy able to slap it down and bring it over to Esper, who's going to dribble it out. Going to give it over a touch to Big Poppy. They kind of bump into one another and maybe ruin their own offense. So Cisco's going to hand it backwards to Bags. But Cherry now finally getting the mix. I forgot, is he using the werewolf? That is another rare choice. It's such a tiny, flat car.
Yeah. Similar profile to the Batmobile, which is a fan favorite for many.
That's very true. It's a little bit shorter than the Batmobile, so it's going to be interesting how he kind of uses that. We've seen quite a few different tastes in terms of hitbox usage in this league. Like, for example, like Apple Pie Hunter using the Takumi, which I don't think anyone else uses.
Cisco with a great pass upfield.
Dropping it out, but Big Poppy just able to pop it into the corner. Esper leaving off to Cherry. Cherry's going to make the challenge. Bags and Cherry slowing down on each other. Cisco's going to pick up the pace yet again. Oh, able to get a fake. And this tag in from Banger Boy.
Yeah, great little mind games here from Cisco as he's coming up to slam it. Doesn't. Sends him way offside with Esper. And Banger Boy able to get that nice redirect. Cherry unable to get it out with the backflip.
Applying the pressure early. Just trying to kind of read what they can from this defense. And there, I finally fixed the game. Whew. Cherry getting punched. Esper in goal, and Big Poppy and Esper combining on that save. Seen this combination of Cisco, Bags, and Banger Boy, I think 3 weeks in a row now, and it has been working. They're refusing to play anyone but their front line or their main line, so they continue towards the playoffs.
Yeah, after those first couple of weeks of a lot of tumultuous play and roster changes, they finally found what worked, and they've stuck to it.
Big Poppy's going to be chasing downfield. Esper's going to be on the wall and going to get the clear. Back to it. Oh, and Big Poppy kind of barrel rolled out of existence. Cherry going for the third man up kind of play. Esper actually going in reverse for it. Bags will get the clear. The Bandits will remain one up as that kind of blitzkrieg of different shots did not yield any good results for these Casuals. Casuals trying to show off on their home field. Haven't had the best win percentage when they're at home. Trying to make up for it right now. Oh, this one may creep in on the Bandits. Still there, and Big Poppy throwing his weight around.
You do all you can to save this. Aspar just sending it bar south as it just clangs off and on. And Banger Boy gets it out, but Big Poppy, given enough time, comes in to just slam that.
Whenever it's that slow and it's just dropped that low, it doesn't matter if you got a touch on it. If someone has way more speed than you, they're just going to beat you out. Now we're evened up. Cherry just trying to bring it back center. It's going to be interesting to see how the chemistry with Cherry, Poppy, and Esper is working out, considering how new Cherry is, but he seems to be a pretty good fit so far. Esper bringing us into the high corner, and he will score from the high 90.
Espar earlier clanging it off the crossbar, learned a little bit of his lesson. Nice little half flip there and curls it in right off the upper 90 corner.
They're now quickly taking the lead as they are able to keep the pressure on, putting these Bandits back in their own net. Ooh, and nice little fake from Banger Boy. Another one over there past all three, and they just have to put it away, and they can't get an open net. Oh, no. Bags is trying to keep the play alive. Him and Banger Boy quickly going up for it. And Cisco actually clears it back to his side from the low corner. Cisco getting rid of Esper, deleting him from the defense. Cisco, just gonna, these Bandits are just trying to throw the ball at him now. They had an open opportunity to just get an easy goal, and now they're just beating themselves up about it. Esper back down from Banger Boy.
Banger Boy missing.
Oh, there's a lot of mistakes, uncharacteristic mistakes from these Bandits. Maybe they're having first game jitters. They have to get rid of those in a hurry. They're playing on the Casuals field. Oh, if that one had been any better of a touch, would have been slamming on home. Bags of Cisco and Cisco. These passing plays can develop in a hurry from the Bandits. Banger Boy off to center. Bags was a little bit late on, and Cherry's gonna get the clear.
Cisco caught back in the net, unfortunately.
Bags is going to give to the far wall. Cisco's going to have to come up on it. It's slow and low. Bags can only dribble it. This is going to get pushed back into the corner. Oh, but still flying out. Bags is going to get the long lift. Will it go in? No! The Casuals survive just so.
And we almost see overtime right on game one. Very uncharacteristic for Bags as he doesn't have a goal here in this first game, but there was a lot of opportunities between him and his teammates for Bandits. They had a lot of great passing plays, and so I don't think they should be too worried at all about their level of play coming out of this first game. I think as you said earlier, maybe just some pre-game, first-game jitters. But once they get those out of the way, I think they'll be a strong opponent for the casuals.
Yeah, they definitely left a lot of points on the field that they're going to want to pick up into going to the next game. We know this Bandits crew is able to score, and the casuals took it to them, and they benefited from a few different mistakes. And so who knows? Maybe they're just trying to adjust to Cherry, and they're kind of getting inside their own heads. But we're going to be heading into game number 2 to see if they can adjust quickly enough and be able to help themselves actually, just win a game.
Sometimes it's harder. It's easier said than done.
Most definitely.
In this kind of league.
I mean, I say it all the time as if it's like the easiest thing, and then I try to play with them, and it doesn't work.
Hey, there's a reason why I'm up here rather than on there on the field.
Oh yeah. It's like what is it? The ballet teacher or whatever kind of teacher. You're just good enough to teach it, but not good enough to be a professional at it.
As a teacher, I agree.
Ooh, Banger Boy able to slice through a few people with a nice little mind game dribble. Esper is going to punch it away back to the sidewall, but Cisco is there waiting. Dropping over to Big Poppy. Cherry's going to have to back off as Big Poppy's taking sole possession of it, but now left off to Bags. Poppy taking out Banger Boy with a 2-man offense, but they're still on their side of the field, so it's more worrisome on defense for the time being. Cisco facing off against Esper. Esper is going to bump it to the sidewall again. They're abusing that corner right now. A nice setup play, but Cherry couldn't take it off of Esper's face. Still rising high to the backboard. Cherry's spying after this one. Oh, but Big Poppy will be the one to initiate the play. Cherry and Esper going for the same ball. It's going to clear 2 men out of the net, burning through all of his fuel. Cherry just able to move it off. Poppy with a nice long clear. He likes to go for those extra body slams. He pushes the challenge and just kind of hides himself behind the ball and just goes full throttle to try and just use a full surface area of his car. Well, this one's going to come down from a high angle. Will go straight down. Yes! And into the net.
Banger trying to clear this out. Espar does a great job of just cutting this off right at midfield, sending it high off that corner. Bags, unfortunately, in a wrong position. Espar is able to just clear that right over him early in this second game.
He did the math, and he was able to just grab it from that angle. It was one of those.
He did the monster math.
Oh, he did it was a graveyard smash.
It was a graveyard graph.
Oh, God, I don't know the full thing. I wish I did. Esper is going to be he had an opportunity to take advantage of all of the Bandits being upfield. Cherry might be able to assist, though, as they keep the play going right off the back wall. Poppy, able to grab it. Now off to Cherry. Esper, lone man back on defense, and he will now be in chase. Bags has not been the normal baggy bag that we've been used to seeing with his oodles and oodles of scores. This group might be his kryptonite. We're not quite sure yet. Bag's gonna try. Oh, maybe go for a ceiling shot. No, it's gonna dive a little bit sooner than he wanted to, and Cisco's gonna have to make up for it. Bags again. Trying to just do work. A nice little flick, a double demo, and boom, Deanna tied right back up.
Wow, so Bags doing a great job here, getting it past 1 defender, past 2 defenders, and sacrificing the body on the 3rd to take away any sort of save opportunity as Cisco comes in to finish it off.
I gotta tell you, that goal had to have been scripted and written by Michael Bay, because there was just so many explosions going on.
Not enough dubstep in the background.
We'll put it in post. We got this.
There we go.
Banger Boy trying to get the clear, and Esper trying to slap down the crossbar. It is Demo City here, baby. They're just
Bags decides if I can't score a goal, I'm gonna make sure you can't.
Cisco.
If I can't, nobody can.
Just gonna dodge it past Big Poppy for a moment. Nice little extra carry. Put it down center. Oh, and almost making the save. Bags will finally get on the board.
And you've got to feel for the casuals here. Cisco does a great job of passing and flipping to put himself in position for another chance. And Bags comes in. He gets the save from the casuals, but it's a 50-50. Bags just forcing it in.
That's the monster math that we want to see. Just RNG, 50% wherever it's going to be on the field. Can't predict it. Bags trying to get an extra touch. Oh, and he does!
Wow,
Woo!
Espar is in position. All he has to do is sit there. Easy save opportunity for him, but Bags is just coming down right on top of it, pinches it off the ground, sending it in immediately. What is going on?
That was something special. That just fully landed on the ball and able to just work it out. Woo! What a smash that was. Big boy.
Bags going up for the pass.
Well, Bags is going to have to lean this out back to Cisco and Esper now. Some full chase. These casuals, they're needing a win here to really give themselves a solid chance. Now that the Mob have gotten an extra win, they're facing kind of a three-way tie possibly today if they do not get a grab at another solid win for their series record. Esper be under this one. He's getting bullied around by Banger Boy. Can try and chase after Cherry, able to slow it down. And Big Poppy. Oh no, but Cisco is going to try and delay it as Cherry. Oh, will take the whiff. His Beans got stolen on that one. Baz going for another one, and he's gonna grab it. Woo, hat trick for the man.
And that's the Bags we're talking about, where a hat trick is never out of the question. What an angle on this shot, getting it so fine that it just barely goes in off the corner and back in.
He had prepped for that the whole way through. He's done those shots before, and it traveled so nice in a nice little slice. All right, these casuals are down 3. They have not done well to weather the storm. They may be having to go back to the drawing board as we head into to game 3, but there's still a minute left. Miracles have happened. Esper trying to get this one. It will go high, but it will go in just right.
Yeah, almost ruining that shot too. Espar's able to send it in, and you get the sense that Bandit may be a little too greedy at this point. All defenders are out of position. Espar is able to send it bar south.
There is still a chance for these casuals. These bandits can't just suddenly lose focus. 45 seconds is plenty of time to make something happen. Esper is a little late on the launch. Bags will hand out to Banger Boy. Banger Boy will miss the shot, and Big Poppy will get the clear. For now, Bags is threatening yet again. Will this be another bandit shot? No. Cisco missing the line. 30 seconds left. Banger Boy's going to keep up the pressure. Big Poppy getting whipped past. Cisco did not expect that speed. He's going to try and flick it away. Oh, but actually cannot grab the second touch. Esper with the lift. Can he put it in? Oh, baby. 1 goal left.
Espar with his hat trick, and this is all thanks to Zachary, as Zachary reads this pass from Cisco perfectly, sending it upfield for Espar to just tap in.
15 seconds remain.
For the cherry on top.
They're going to be one to get a whole bunch of cherries if they can. Because right now, 15 seconds left, they're going to have to work fast. The counter will begin to go down.
Cherry with a misread.
Oh no! Take the cherry off and throw away the whipped cream. That Sunday's ruined.
No, Banger Boy sending it in. Zachary, I think maybe a wheel got off of that post, ruining his flick. And Banger Boy just in position to take advantage of that miscue.
Send him back to the pit crew because someone's going to need to fix that axle for him. Zachary with the kickoff try. He's not going to be able to get it. 3 seconds left with 2 goal differential. The Bandits will be taking this game number 2 and even us up 1-1 in the series.
And that was an exciting game.
It was. That was fantastic. I love those types of games.
Yeah, that's the kind of play that we've grown accustomed to seeing from Bags, but not only was it Bags' great offensive chance, it was a lot of pass plays from his teammates. And on the other end of the spectrum in casuals, Espar doing a great job keeping his team, although they got the loss in the second game, keeping his team in the running to continue on with the victory.
Definitely, and that's all you can really do. You can just keep trying. No matter how buried you get behind few goals, you have to do your best. And Esper with a very sound hat trick and able to take advantage of a few mistakes as the Bandits began to lose focus. But Bags just putting it on to a 50% shooting rate with 3 goals out of 6 shots in that game and just doing wonders and just showing off. That's what we want to see in this game. Doing it big. How I want them to do it. Oh.
And I think Espar is doing a little bit of showing off too, with a lot of his goals hitting that upper crossbar. In hockey, it's customary to just aim for that upper 90 as no goalie's present.
Well, we're heading into game number 3. Maybe they'll be able to pull off a little bit of a rebound here. Casuals having to recover on their home field. Who will take advantage as we will be going into series point after this? Big Poppy with a nice little cut. He's going to have to jump again. No, he was going to opt out for just grabbing some boost and going. Cherry's going to be looking to make up for a few little kind of zoning mistakes, taking himself out of plays when he obviously should have been there. And Big Poppy coming in clutch for that save.
Espar going up for the save, gets taken out. Big Poppy, last man back, saves a potential first 30-second goal.
Bags off to Cisco. A nice redirect. Cherry, though, is able to be on the back line, just waiting for it. Cisco dropping it to Banger Boy. Oh, and Bags knocking players out of the way.
Getting chippy real quick.
Cherry moving it off to Esper again. Big Poppy will take the lead on this attack. He'll have a nice shot going. Banger Boy is in good rotation, waiting in the zone. Just waiting for everyone to come upfield. It's a good placement. Good discipline on that one. Cisco, though, being drawn off. This one's going to go dead center. Big Poppy not there fast enough. Cisco's going to try. Oh, he misses the launch. He's going to have to just leave it to Bags to dribble, which gets immediately stolen by Esper. It's intercepted, and he's able to just kind of roll it past Banger Boy, but Banger Boy keeps focus, keeps ball control. This one will creep over. They're bumping Big Poppy out of the way, but he is able to float just long enough to save it. Whew. This is a bump-tastic melee going on right now. I haven't seen any demos, but they're definitely egging each other on, trying to see who's going to make that mistake and just get each other out of the shooting lane. Oh, but the slam! Welcome to the jam! That's the first goal of this game.
Yeah, Big Poppy, great little second touch here. He gets it. There's a double commit from, I'm blanking out, from the Bandits right there, excuse me. And Poppy's able to just slam a jamma, send it in.
That is one of his most stellar moves. He'll take a nice little hit, and then he immediately just starts boosting off from the wall, and you know he's there to inflict some pain. Oh, Esper's gonna try and get one. Oh, a nice placement shot underneath Cisco, but the Bandits were in good position on defense. Banger Boy with the save. Hold up Bags, trying to get in the mix. Oh, this one's getting flipped backwards. It's dangerous. It's hanging, and Cisco's putting it away.
Yeah, Casuals can't buy a clear here as Banger just sends it up. Cherry goes up, sends it off the backboard. Poppy in position for that shadow defense. Can't get there in time for Cisco, though.
Ooh, even up 1-1. This is going to be back and forth the whole way through. Going Esper, 50 off. Cherry immediately in chase. He's not been able to get a real purposeful hit so far. And you know that they're waiting on this. You got to see all that lovely Cherry goodness come out and be sweet on him. Big Poppy, the good clear and save at the same time. He's going for an extra touch. It's going to threaten Bags. He's going to have to go on it. Banger Boy with the good follow-up, though, is able to clear it out before it really threatens the net. With a nice punk out. Bags is going to try and take another one from Banger Boy. Cisco bringing it back center. The Bandits are starting to put these Casuals in a box and just shoot them up as best as they can. Casuals surviving so far. Bulletproof vest the whole way through. Oh, Esper is going to try and dribble that one out, but will now end up taking the clear instead. So coming from the side wall. Big Poppy! Dunkaroo, baby!
We've got a 3-player help here with Cherry setting it up, sending it off the backboard, and Big Poppy with the boom shakalaka sending it down. Poppy to Cherry, Poppy his Cherry.
Oh, I love it. The Casuals up by 1, popping that Cherry all the time. Oh, and the 2-man commit right off the kickoff from both sides. No one able to get it as it was 50'd off. Poppy meeting with Banger Boy right in the middle. Bags is going to follow up immediately. It will not have a whole lot of spice on it. Poppy from the corner. All 3 of these Bandits are trying to chase back to their own net. Cisco is the first to get back. Esper is going to keep the pressure up. Miss on that one. Bags following from the corner and the wall. He's going to try and take it from the ground. Nice flick over to Cherry. This is a Banger Boy Bags combo, but it does not pay dividends. Cisco, bring this back center. Cherry trying to hand it off to Esper again, and no one's downfield, but a good long clear. Lets them get back to rotation, get a little bit of extra boost. Sometimes you just need a little bit of time to catch a breather, even when you're in the lead. turned into kind of a slow-mo ballet at this point. Interesting
bit.
touches. Bags is a little bit out of rotation, just able to get some connection with his tire. Bring on the Nutcracker, we're ready for it. Oh, Big Poppy launching up to Esper. Esper will carry this forward. Cisco is going to get a nice easy clear. Over less than 40 seconds now. These bandits going to try and enable themselves to put it away.
And that's how you get the equalizer. Banger Boy sending it past 2 defenders, gets a nice little clear away from the wall, sending it out of position for Esper to really do anything, and there is Bags to send it in.
You know, I believe if Poppy had been in his Roachmobile, the wow would have been able to let him get that clear. However, the bandits are trying to put it away right now. Banger Boy with the half flip. Oh, a nice cheeky little corner touch.
Gets it past 1. Poppy sending it back in, though. Unfortunately, not able to send it past Banger Boy.
Okay, Poppy just trying to bounce it as much as he can. It's like a kangaroo with a watermelon, just trying to dunk it where he can. Bags with a nice long clear. Esper's going to try and return it. You're imagining the kangaroo with a watermelon?
That's an interesting mental image as Banger Boy
Oh
sends it
my
in.
goodness!
And Poppy saving it for overtime. Pure larceny.
Cisco with a nice long clear off from kickoff, but Cherry there to challenge him midair. It's back and forth as these two teams are playing ping pong, trying to now go for the golden goal. We'll be grabbing this OT and have advantage going into series point. Esper, no.
Oh, Big Poppy missing, Cisco missing, everyone's missing except for Espar and the last defender back, Banger Boy.
This is dangerous as it comes down center. Cherry without the touch. There's actually might have been a wise move to let it go the full way around.
Banger Boy coming up for it.
Ooh, trying to get an extra little back flip. Does not pay out. Bags try and get a second challenge. Cisco trying to shadow his own teammate to see where the heck he's going. They're just formulating plays at random right now. Oh, Esper trying to take Bags out of the way. Get that scoring leader away from the bandits. Now Bags bumping Cherry off of his line. There to challenge Cisco. Actually, it goes in Esper's favor. Gonna leave it up to Big Poppy. Esper with the shot.
Oh,
it's an
Espar with
open
the
net.
send in.
He just has to turn.
Can't buy an assist there. Esper puts it in perfect position for a teammate to come and snatch it up, but nobody's there.
Oh, but he's trying to lift it yet again. Big Poppy and Esper playing with these guys right now. Saw Cherry all by himself, able to snake a grab from it, and Big Poppy with all the awareness in the world to make a good defensive play, but it immediately gets destroyed by Cisco. Nearly 2 minutes into this OT. If they don't go quickly in OT, then usually it goes for a very long time. Esper's gonna be dribbling this one up. He will not be getting a ceiling touch. This will actually be a nice touch from Big Poppy. Another shot does not ring true. Cherry, no. It's gonna come back out. Big Poppy. Now you have most of the casuals upfield, and the bandits are gonna try and take advantage. They've returned on defense. A nice boot out.
Cisco booting Espar out.
Woo. Banger Boy's gonna put it to the backboard. Cisco with the kill shot. Oh, baby.
Banger Boy with the playmaker here. His Bags is a nice little flip there. Banger Boy sending it off the crossbar. Espar can't get there in time as Cisco gets a nice sideways goal to take game 3 for a 2-1 lead for Bandits in the series.
My heart. It beats
My little
so
heart can't take me.
Oh,
Because
we're only in the second series, man. How are we gonna do this for the rest of the day?
But this game apparently apparently inspired a new emote idea in the chat of a kangaroo with a watermelon. So is the watermelon in the kangaroo pouch? Is that what we got going on here? Is that?
I mean, when I thought about it, I was like, he's trying to
explain yourself,
He's
sir.
trying to dunk it, maybe like he's Michael Jordan, just bouncing around. Or maybe he's just like jumbling with his little hands. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Make into a GIF or something. I'm not sure. Or he's just boxing in. So everyone has a bunch of different ideas going forward.
The Gallagher kangaroo. over here.
Oh, Big Poppy doing mad
what a
work
game,
for,
though.
for the casuals to get them through OT. 5 saves all his own, 5 shots. And we're already heading straight into game number 4. Who knows which way this is going to go. I just want to get down in there and see it. Will the casuals be able to bring us to a game 5? They are facing a potential loss to these bandits. This high-octane offense, back and forth, back and forth. So Cherry's going to be going for the challenge from the low ground. He will be able to get it. Oh, just a few weird, like, curving attempts. Bags. Oh, Bags and Cisco missing on that one. They committed to the same lane. However, Poppy is without any boost. So Cisco now with a long carry. Oh, he's just getting punched a little bit. It's interesting when they just kind of come out of nowhere. Just dunk. Nice little slapperoo. Esper bringing this back center. Oh, but that was too slow by Banger Boy, and Big Poppy will take the lead.
Yeah, Big Poppy just coming in, cleaning this up. Cisco with a nice little clear, but Aspar is able to read that, sends it perfectly to Big Poppy in the air, and Cisco can't do much to save that. Excuse me, Banger.
Yeah, Banger went a little bit backwards. I think maybe he was sideways, and so just didn't play well for him. Big Poppy, he's gonna take advantage of those kind of mistakes. Poppy's gonna lift on this one as it was cleared by Cherry. Esper taking a turn at it now, cracking it back out to the corner. Big Poppy back to Esper. A nice passing play, but Bags disrupts it as best as he can. Cherry sends this one back downfield. Cherry's gonna try and get high on the wall, but wisely it is put out and away. Cisco's gonna chase under this, try and slap it with that kind of board-shaped car. Zod Cherry with a nice clear. Cherry's setting up Esper as best he can. Esper trying to get there and just went a little bit in front of him. Cisco's trying to duplicate the same attempt, but Big Poppy immediately shuts it down. These casuals, they have control so far. They're trying to just limit the amount of attempts that these bandits can really get on the ball, and that's proven good.
Yeah, forgive my pun, but this is definitely a high-octane offense coming out of the bandits early on. Casuals, they're stopping any shots from going in, but they're having a tough time.
Woo!
Oh, and that's a great bicycle flip from Banger Boy. That's something you'd see in a high-grade soccer match. Cisco with a nice little thing. Cherry coming in, and Banger sensing the defense behind him or just hoping that there'd be somebody to fool, sends it right over him.
Sometimes you don't need to be fast. Sometimes you just need to have finesse. And that was finesse. Oh my goodness. Tied back up at 1. Bags dropping it to Cisco. Cisco going for the shot, but the crossbar is the casual's best friend right now.
Ooh, hanging it off the crossbar early on.
Poppy is going to try and take the high angle on this one. Cisco just able to limit it out. And Esper actually missing the demo.
Can he get there in time? No.
Banger will take the lead for the bandits.
Yeah, Cisco coming in. Nice little pass to Banger as Big Poppy's still on his way back to the rotation. Cherry unfortunately came up maybe a little bit too early as Poppy wasn't out yet.
We're just over halfway towards halftime of this series, or this game. And this could be series differential. Whoa, a nice little upward ping by Bags. Cisco just letting it drop, and Bags with a full attempt. I think a lot of people were expecting each other to hit it, and it just didn't happen. Banger!
Ooh.
The near bang that went in, but Esper able to grab just enough of it. Cherry loosening it past Cisco. Esper getting rid of Bags, possibly rule number 1ing him right now. No, but Banger going full length of the pitch. There he is, man. There he is.
And for the second time, we see a nice little long goal for Banger, possibly due to some miscues and defensive rotation from casuals. You see both Esbar and Zod Cherry at that time heading back to goal.
Yeah, they're finding the gaps in the back of their defense, that little extra zone right between the rotation. And that's going to be where the casuals need to make up for what they can against these bandits. They're taking advantage of them every which way they can find. Ooh, Big Poppy getting demoed, but he gets the long pass clear. Cherry, scoop, no score just yet. Guys, gonna return it, and Banger Boy is gonna be waiting in the wings. Bags getting looped around. Big Poppy doing solo work. Backflips away from it. Oh, that
Some
was
4D chess right there.
That was some tricky stuff. Oh, but Cherry trying to make his presence known. And boy, nice little backwards flip. Oh,
Ooh,
just destroyed. Big Poppy, no
Bags.
chance.
I think Bags and Espar are definitely the enforcers of their team.
Definitely
Sends it to the
pushing
corner.
this around.
Ooh.
Big Poppy finding the angles. Pump out the protractor, getting the score.
Yeah, Cisco's able to send it to the corner away from Zacherry's goal, but Big Poppy is right there. And unfortunately for Bags, he's not in position soon enough to save that.
He was in full rotation back, and you just can't stop those. You don't know if they're going to go near, far, wherever you are. You have no chance. A double commit by the Casuals is currently leaving an open net, and Bags will bang it away.
Talk about threading the needle, and we've already got a playmaker from Cisco. Bags sending it in right in between these two, Espar and Zacherry, as Cherry actually gets a little piece of it, but can't save it.
It seems
As
that
Banger Boy remarks that that's goal number 30 on the season for Bags.
my goodness, hit the big 3-0 this fast. That is impressive, considering they played. I think this is like their 5th series. It depends on the amount of games, but that's a lot of goals.
Sure is.
Casuals, they're facing a slight miracle situation. 2 goals down. They're gonna need to score quickly, less than a minute. And Big Poppy is unable to get a touch here. The Bandits are just keeping the pressure up. This is gonna be floating. Oh, and nearly slammed into the crossbar. Esper driving this out. Cherry with the long, he can't quite cherry pick from his own side of the field. Big Poppy is gonna dunkaroo. Not happening for these Casuals so far. Big Poppy had a turn to try and maybe take. Oh, goodness gracious!
Oh, Bags. If he's not scoring, he's causing a lot of defense for the Casuals as Cisco comes in. Bags taking Cherry out, the last defenseman back for any sort of save opportunity.
Put Cherry in a body bag in that one and pretty much put these Casuals 6 feet under. They have to score.
Muddled Cherry.
They got to score 1 goal every 8 seconds. If we're gonna do some quick maths, but these Casuals, I don't think are gonna be able to recover from this too quickly. Banger Boys be waiting on Big Poppy. Big Poppy's gonna try and lift it. No, and it's just gonna go in. Cisco will help him out.
Yeah, good sportsmanship. We'll chalk it up to that. Big Poppy putting it in, getting it past Bags and Banger. Bags actually coming down and hitting Banger away, potentially knocking him loose of any save opportunity. And yeah, Cisco decides, you know what? I haven't scored in this game yet, or I only have 1 goal. I'll take another.
These Casuals, they tried their hardest, but they faced off against a very, very prolific, high-octane offense in these Bandits. The Casuals will drop to 2-4 as the Bandits will improve to 3-2. Congratulations to them taking it in 4.
What an exciting series. That was a fun one to call. A lot of action going on and just a lot of explosive play from the Bandits. After their first kind of setback game, after they lost that first one, they won the next 3 straight quite handedly, including in that overtime with that send-in from Bags.
The Bandits in this last game, they doubled the shot total of the Casuals, 12-6, and that really just set the tone. Big Poppy could not do enough to be able to push his team along, and Cherry ended up not being really much of a factor. He was there, but just did not prove good for the Casuals. They have 1 game left on the season, and the best they can end up is 3-4. So they're now looking down the end of a short barrel. They're going to be looking for some help going into the last week of the regular season for the Summer Draft Series. So the Bandits have set themselves up pretty good, 3-2. The worst they can end out is still 3-4, so they have a couple games left going into week 5, and they will be playing again today. So we'll get to see if they can actually lock in a playoff spot. Who knows? I would not want to be on the receiving end of a Bandits offense at this point.
No, and when you see other teams in these last few weeks, we've had a lot of last-minute substitutions, a lot of changes in rosters, trades, drops, pickups, everything that teams can do to try to find a certain dynamic that will fit their play style better. But with the Bandits, after the first week, they found what worked, and they've stuck with it the entire way through, and they're improving quite a lot on that dynamic. And so that might be something that they have an edge over the other teammates, or the other teams, as they get to know their teammates and really get to play with that level of chemistry that others still might trying to be able to find.
Well, that's you're gonna have to be hoping and watching if you're the next team up against these bandits. However, our next series up is gonna be a big one between the Nova and the Ninjas. Will the Nova have a chance to survive this season, looking for their only second win? And will the Ninjas be able to solidify a playoff spot after this one? We'll be seeing real soon, as it's coming up right after this. And welcome back to the Frontline Gaming community. I am Hell Monkey Man, and this is Rainstorms. If you don't know that by now, then you must be new, because we are playing a lot of Rocket League over the course of like a month and a half. It's pretty amazing, right?
That's a lot of exciting Rocket League, too. My goodness, especially if it's bandits and casuals.
Woo! Yeah, bandits and casuals, they know how to put on a show, and you gotta feel the frustration on one side and the elation on the other side, and just back and forth the whole way that battle was. But we have drama in the middle of this of our cast, because this particular match today could spell elimination or playoff lock potential, or hope on either side. Who knows? The Nova currently 1-3 and not loving it so far. They are down in the dumps right now, and they're trying to give themselves another crack at the season. They're just behind the only other person in front of them, which was Mob. And Mob, we saw today, made a few changes, were able to give themselves a leg up. But the Nova today are going to be facing off against the Ninjas. And the Ninjas, they received their first loss last week after and I don't know if everyone else remembers, but the captain of the Ninjas, Nifty, said they would go undefeated. They might be feeling a little bit of pain for that. However, that was because of Mai Tai's early departure due to an emergency. So, maybe...
Hard to win when you're down 2-3.
Yeah, so maybe they'll be able to bounce back this week. They have a little bit of a different roster going into it as we look into our two different rosters with it right now. I crank off this timer if it actually lets me. Stupid timer. And so we have American Banter, Showstopper, and Apple Pie Hunter, two very good passers along with a really good shooter. But we have Bantho, Jeffersuck, and Insanities. And so that combination is just as lethal as any other team that I've ever seen. And so who do you really give the advantage going into this?
It's no question Ninjas. Not just because of their record heading into this 3-1 versus 1-3. They are at the top of the league with their record. However, Apple Pie Hunter, American Banter, and Showstopper, that is a lethal combo that most teams are not able to handle, just because of the passing plays between them. And the pressure that they're able to provide, not only in the offensive zone, but also in the defensive zone, taking away any opportunities to come back from an early deficit that a team might have to face.
Right, you are. And this is going to be one of their first weeks without their leader, Nifty. And so that Lifty Mai Tai combination that they're used to is going to have to put a lot of responsibility onto them to really show off and show out. And they're playing against a desperate team in Nova. These players are not bad, and their record does not reflect the amount of skill that they put behind them. I believe that I personally, I'm throwing in my hat with the Nova today. I think that they're going to be able to show off on these Ninjas, as they're having to show off the latter half of their roster. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I am one who's very susceptible to Caster's curse. So if you put your support behind Nova and I put mine behind Ninjas, fair chance that Nova might take today.
Fair chances all around, and we're already looking down in the field as we're going to be joining everyone on Starbase Arc as they're kind of finishing up a little bit of a test run with it right now. And so, if we look at what they've been able to kind of produce so far, more on the defensive side, they seem to be fairly even across the board. Shooting percentage, they have a lot more shots on the Nova end, and so they like to go downfield and try and make what they can, but they don't always come home with it. So this will be fairly even. I think we're going to be splitting hairs, splitting atoms, maybe, to really define who's going to win this game. I know that may be more sciencey than it needs to be. But
we've gone from FLG biology to FLG chemistry.
Hey, you know what? We're here to educate. We're here to have fun. And apparently we're here to score in the background while they're doing a practice game. So, I have to...
Yeah, we sure are.
Goodness gracious. So I guess
they're having fun.
Yeah, they're having fun. We're having fun. If you want, we're going to take this opportunity to remind you guys that we have a Discord. We have a community that you guys can join. If you go down the links below, you'll be able to just join up. You'll be able to have fun, hang out, play some Rocket League, play a bunch of different games with all the players that you'll see today, and to include tons more that also weren't in the league. Also, we're going to be having a Season 2 probably in like the next 6 weeks or so as the end of this season and playoffs go on, and then a little bit of rest and time and recuperation happen. And so we also, shameless plug, we have new emotes. I don't know if you've seen them already, but there you go. Golden faced me, a nice easy sweet broom, and of course pee, because you know who doesn't love a bit of pee. And so if you want any of those are of course in our subscriptions. If you guys just want to hang out, be with us every week, we're here on Sundays at 2:30 on the regular Eastern time. And so it's always great to see you guys. And for everyone that's always been here, you guys are fantastic. And I believe I saw earlier today, correct me if I'm wrong, Rainstorms, but did Mr. P have his anniversary?
He sure did, and that's where he is currently. They are spending some quality time at the RTX convention, and so Rooster Teeth Expo, and so he's having a blast down there. Got to meet some of the guys from Funhouse and the Battlefield Friends guys. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's a often quoted comedy sketch between our friend group, and so he's having a blast down there, and unfortunately couldn't make it today.
Well, hey, you know what? He's having a fun time. Always cool to see, you know, people go out and have fun with their anniversaries, especially going something as cool as RTX. I haven't been back to Dallas soon enough to be able to do that stuff, so that's awesome. Hey, for anyone that's up in the DC area or near Chantilly, Virginia, they're having GexCon here soon as a Rocket League tournament for like $1,000 if you want to show up. You know, we can team up, do a LAN for funsies.
Yep.
And
Monkey,
also,
let's bring some fake microphones and just go there and just give just shout our commentary, whether they want it or not.
It doesn't even matter what it is, but it just they go to a guy with a plate of nachos. Oh man, he's got the cheese! Oh man, that'd be great. All right, it looks like that we're finally ready to get to our actual game. We've delayed things long enough for you guys, and I'm glad that you guys can hang on to our antics and enjoy us enough to listen to us play. Oh.
Yeah, we certainly don't make it easy.
Not one bit, not at all. Insanities, by the way, has opted to use his possibly super doxed IRL name of Josh. So he's not one of those people that put a period after it. So he's even cooler than you know. So let's see if Josh and company are able to really stand out for the Nova. Bantho's going to be kicking this one downfield. Obviously, game number 1. Forgot to put that up there. He's going to be backtracking after it. This Nova crew, they have been the receivers of a lot of changes again on their roster. They had Carson last week, and he was a fantastic pickup. Sadly, not able to be here today, and they're going to have to go with the main crew that they got out of the draft. Bantho, captain of the Nova, able to actually be back with us, trying to show off for his team. Josh is going to try. Oh, showstopper with the whiff. And Josh trying to get it out to the middle, unable to do so. Bantho with kickback. Nice little clear up to the ceiling. He's going to try and follow it again. Jefferson going to follow up afterwards. Going to ride into the corner, but showstopper there to meet him and greet him. Oh, a quick demo is opening up a lane. A nice little shoot lane. And Bantho gets goal number 1.
Yeah, a little quick scoring here from Bantho as he sends it in. Great little catch and a flick from Josh. Showstopper looked like he was in position to maybe clear it maybe a little bit away from the wall, but he just drives right under it as it just bounces away. An easy setup for Bantho.
A nice bit of pressure from the Nova. They did not allow the Ninjas to come on their side even once. There's maybe a single shot out of all of that. Insanities, or Josh, whichever you want to call him, dropping it over to Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson unable to really do much with it. Banter we have not seen, I believe, since week 1, and so we're going to see if he can keep up his performance, little known performance he was able to have in that first week 1 win. Jefferson with a long clear, putting it past Apple Pie. Apple Pie always a stellar gentleman with that top hat. Gonna try and carry this one around, able to get past Showstopper, still going to net. Sanities couldn't get after it, and we're even up at 1.
And a mid little flick here from Bantho. He tries to get it, but Apple Pie Hunter reads that and cuts that out immediately. Josh, unfortunately, formerly Insanity, is not able to make it past as he's heading backwards into his net and can't counteract that momentum.
I'm pretty sure Insanities has whiplash after all that, because do you see how many times? Oh, we're talking about him a Bantho. Man, getting goal number 2.
Jeffersek sending this in, and I'm not sure if this was a miscommunication between Showstopper and Banter, but neither of them seem to hit it as they drive under it. And Bantho, once again, taking care of business as Ninja have a little bit of defensive miscue.
That's Big Daddy Bantho trying to do well for his team. Jeffersuk letting all the speed from Insanities come up. This is going to go back center. Bantho, oh, getting stuffed.
American Pie saving that first half hat trick.
That would have been a stellar way to start things off for the Nova, trying to recover on their season. Oh, an extra touch nearly gets dropped in. Jeffersuk's going to play it off to Bantho. Bantho's going to quickly carry this away. Showstopper coming back to middle. Oh, he should have left that off to Apple Pie. And definitely there seems to be a communication issue going on between a few of these Ninja players. Banter try and carry this down, and it gets under his undercarriage, which is not going to help him out. Lots of forward pressure from Banter. And returning is Showstopper. This is going to go back middle, and Bantho with a nice little clear. Banter passing off to no one, kind of just trying to keep it on this half. Not doing very well with that, but the Ninjas slowly but surely mounting an offensive, or at least a presence on the Nova's end of the pitch. Jefferson play this pass. No, he actually gets 50 and beaten by Apple Pie Hunter. Bantho with an extra little flick. A two-man commit will open up a lane. However, it opens the wrong lane. Bumped out of the way. Showstopper, even this backup.
Yeah, Josh getting crushed here by, I said American Pie Hunter earlier, but Apple Pie clearly, as we all know. And Apple Pie with the second little touch getting in the way of Jeffersuk, not able to save it.
He definitely opened up that entire center mass or zone for his team to be able to score. And Jeffersuk did his best to try and get there, but it did not pan out. Even back at 2, Jeffersuk's going to try and play this from the ground. Oh, he was trying to fake out Banter, but Banter, you know, is actually a pretty good player. Can read that pretty well. Oh, Showstopper with a miss! Oh no! Off of his back bumper!
Oh, that's tough. Apple Pie Hunter's in the perfect position to just read this and see where it's going to go. Jeffersuk sending it in. He misreads it off the post, and it just perfectly goes right back to his back bumper and in.
Oh, that's just you can feel it in slow motion happening, and you can't stop it. Oh, what a rough break. But Nova get put back up on top. 1 goal difference. Banter able to move it past 2, right in between, but Thomas Jeffersuk does the same thing. Bantho trying to flip over to it, cannot solidify the hat trick yet. Apple Pie. Trying to pass Josh, but no, Josh will grab it. Less than a minute now. The Ninjas are getting throttled left and right, just kicked around the field. A little bit of their own medicine after their second goal. A little bit of karma maybe played out whenever Apple Pie put that in on his own bumper. But he's going to try and make up for it. Takumi with a little launch. Josh there, intercept from the midfield. Showstopper letting Banter up on it. Showstopper now applying some pressure. Banter's going to have to dribble this out. Showstopper at least putting it back to midfield. It's a double commit from the Nova. They're still in play, though. One man is back. It's a safe play on their part. They're just keeping the pressure up, not letting these Ninjas out of their dojo. Oh, Apple Pie able to stop Bantho once again. Thomas Jeffersuk via the middle is able to get this long clear to the corner. It's a 3-man sweep, trying to just push it upfield. And this one's going to be throttled back to the ground. And the Nova will take game number 1.
They sure will, and it might be Caster's Curse, or it might be just the fact that they are missing Nifty and they are missing Mai Tai, which has been a pretty constant duo for the Ninjas going forward, and so that might be a little bit of a shift away from what they're used to and what they're comfortable and what they've used to get where they are, and that might be kicking them early on, as most of Nova's goals were from defensive miscues from the Ninjas.
I mean, there was, as much as it was from their mistakes, there was a sincere amount of pressure, too, from the Nova. 9 shots to just 1 from the Ninjas, which kind of, 1 shot, 2 goals, definitely mistakes happen, I guess, along the way for the Nova. So mistakes on either side, but the Nova's a little bit more of a sound group. Banter's going to have to show up a little bit more next time. They had to commit entirely to the save game, 5 saves to the 0 from Nova, but they were just on the other side of the field entirely, the entire set. Apple Pie doing what he can to really apply some pressure along with Showstopper. Ninja's going to have to finish the job and just be able to rotate the right way. It seems they've gotten each other's way a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm. Definitely something that they'll need to look at going forward if they want to continue with their victorious record, but we'll see how they adjust in the second game.
We're starting to see the second half of the latter half of the season really show some progression for our lower tier teams, or at least our lower standings teams. They will not go quiet into that good night. Apple Pie's gonna try and center this one up, but Showstopper's a little bit late to it. It's still gonna go mad center as Bantho is able to get a nice little clutch roll out of there. Oh, but a nice slam here.
Oh.
Banter with the save.
Quick decision from Banter to go in for the save, opting to hit it off his own post and out. And right here, we're going to see a ceiling flick from Banter, but Jeffersuck is there to send it away.
Looked like he was setting up for both himself for a shot and a nice little assisted center. Oh, a double whiff here. We're definitely seeing a few kind of miscued whiffs from the side of the Ninjas. 3 men all in one spot, and Apple Pie is going to hopefully get this clear. It will come from the corner. The pressure is mounting. Oh, Jefferson deleted from the offense, and they may have to recoil on this one. Showstopper getting bumped by his own man of Banter, but they will get the long clear. Jefferson applying the pressure into Showstopper. Banter without the touch. This will leave Showstopper 1v1 v Bantho, but ends up going fine and back to Nova's in. With all the pressure that has been put into the Ninja's side of the field, no dividends been paid from these Nova. I say that,
Josh
the long launch, and Josh with a nice first goal.
Yeah, Josh with this really just long bomb of a net, sending it almost from his own corner boost. American Panther might have run out of boost or maybe just a bad takeoff, but he's not able to stop that.
Definitely could not find the angle. You saw him kind of desperately reaching backwards to try and, get some kind of touch just to send it offline, and it did not work. Showstopper rolling up from the corner, going to try and get a little ball control, but Bantho immediately steals it away. Jeffersuck, will be met immediately by Banter. Oh, will Jeffersuck get the slam? Bring out the T-Rex, boys. He's getting goal number 2.
And that's just a little unfortunate here. Ninja's coming back. Jeffersuck's in position. Apple Pie Hunter rolling off of his own post, kind of forcing him way into the goal. Can't get there in time.
He was facing towards the corner, and the way the bounce was coming, he thought maybe it would go high. It ended up coming straight out. Just guessed wrong. And putting that back down. To corner again, a lot of just zone control. Bantho with a good rotation, able to get back on defense long enough. Oh, and Jefferson not making a full grab. Double whiff now from this Nova. Banter may go for the slam, and a nice save by Bantho. Savior medal for him. Bantho to the ceiling, and Josh is going to be quick to recover up on it. Still treading water in space. It's kind of goopy. Bantho and Apple Pie meeting in the air. It's going to come off of the ceiling. Not enough boost to really threaten with it, so he's going to have to just let it go. Showstopper running back downfield, launching it. He's going to be trying to get it up to the corner. It's going to come back down center, but it's a quick bouncer. No, Bantho misreading it. These Ninjas are kind of off. They're trying to set up these nice zone plays, but they're not able to get downfield and really threaten very much. Whereas the Nova are completely in sync with one another. A few missteps here and there, but otherwise, lots of good communication. Nice bump to the ceiling by Showstopper over Josh. Bantho is going to read it back over to Insanities. Insanities with a nice extra flick. Banter, good clear so far. Showstopper. Oh, he was trying to head backwards, get a little bit more of that harder surface area of his car on it. Ends up just going back to Bantho. Bantho captaining his team just the way he wants. Able to keep constant back and forth, running down time as they're still up by 2. Ninjas are going to need a quick double kill and maybe a few extra points to really give them a chance. Banter against Bantho. It's B&B, baby. Jeffersuck laying up for Insanity's. Insanity's not able to grab it. Less than a minute left. Gotta think the Ninjas are starting to feel the heat. Way deep in space from this supernova. Thomas Jeffersuck.
Right over Banter.
Right to him. Might have had an extra little shot, but now Bantho to Jeffersuck. Jeffersuck just trying to play it slow. Over to Josh, and oh, good defense. Able to keep the Ninjas alive, but for how long? Banter with an extra little flick, and Bantho playing it backwards. I couldn't get the angle. Two men rotating back, Showstopper and Apple Pie. Bantho now sending it long and strong. They're finding these Ninjas clustered together. That's not how a ninja works. Gotta really give them the sneak attack bonus, or else it's not gonna help out. Ooh, Bantho deleting Showstopper's try.
Our daily D&D reference there.
No, it's gotta be there. I play it every Friday. You know, gotta include it somehow. With the Nova up by 2, waiting for a little strike to the ground, and Nova possibly gonna be getting their first sweep of the season. Oh no, it'll be the second sweep, because I think they got one last week.
And not only a sweeper for the day, but some extra hope for the playoffs too, because if they lose this series, they might be locked out.
Ooh. The Ninjas are trying to lock away their own spot in the playoff. Right now, it looks like they're a completely different team without their leader and their first round pick. And so that may be just simply what they're trying to give some rest to a few of their players, but I don't know. That seems like a strange strat to do kind of this late in the season. There's a few more shots from the Ninjas this time around at 5, but just the immense amount of pressure and the very good defense, especially by Bantho, leading these Nova into a possible series point in game number 3. What can these Ninjas do to really benefit themselves going into this next game to keep themselves alive?
And it really all boils down to their defensive positioning and pressure. Too often they're caught up in each other's rotation, bumping each other, not in position, and Nova's just able to take advantage of that really, really quickly for easy, just unearned goals, really. And so Ninja's going to have to communicate more and put pressure on Nova before they get any opportunities to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if they can really have that happen. And you see a few car changes, maybe a little bit difference in play right off the kickoff. Some more pressure. That's what we're gonna need to see out of these Ninjas to really be competitive in this series. Using upfield, Panther's gonna get the high flick, trying to give it back to himself. Josh was maybe going for a little bit of an extra passing play, but Banter's gonna have to step up a little bit more too. I think he has too much skill to not be doing more for this team. Banther pressing up to the ceiling. Thomas Jefferson without the touch. Little Takumi. It's a little Takumi that could from Apple Pie, constantly getting that press downfield. Oh, and Banter
just posterizing.
Whew. Nice backwards flick. Oh, that would have been the shot of the day from Apple Pie.
He deserved the goal, but Bantho was there to take it away.
Sometimes you just can't get what you want, can't get what you need. 3-man commit leaves a goal open, an open net not to be scored on, as all the players from Ninjas were just completely out of the picture. Apple Pie. Lead this one off. He's gonna have to give it over to Showstopper, who's gone out of his kind of street car and gone into his dominance instead. 2 big whiffs between these Ninjas and Nova. This game's called the No-Knee game. It's the Nova and Ninjas game. They got no knees. No knees.
No knee.
No knee. No knee. Thomas.
It's close enough.
It's good. Yeah. I'm sure it's a word. Right? Oh, 2-man miss from Nova. Apple Pie with a long send. Bantho able to just slow it down enough, but it's still going in center. Banter will finally score for these Ninjas.
Yeah, the Ninjas really needed this. Bantho with a nice little touch to send it to the corner. Unfortunately, he doesn't have another teammate to send it out as Showstopper bangs it off for a center up to American Panther. Banter? Banter.
Banter. There you go. I've been hearing that the whole time. I've been wondering. Oh, unable to use a 2-man kickoff approach, and this actually leaves a dangerously open net. It does not pay out. And now there's an open net as Banter goes out for boost, and Josh is able to tie us up at 1.
Yeah, that quick decision to go get boost is going to cost him. Bantho sends it up for Josh. Josh, seeing this opportunity, sends it far side, just out of Banter's reach.
If he had maybe gone, I guess, in a deeper flip to his net, maybe he'd have a better chance at it. But yeah, that boost over ball usually makes bad things happen. Josh without the touch, leaving an open net, but no center from Showstopper. American Banter just having to play it slow. Does what he can with what he's given. Showstopper with a nice little clear over the Jeffersuck, puts it wide. Again, with the same team bumps, a little bit of friendly fire. The Ninjas are still trying to figure themselves out. Bantho, ooh, from Showstopper. Showstopper, they're cracking the whip on some of these hits. It's just a little bit of inaccuracy. So far, they've only been able to benefit from a little bit of mistakes from the Nova. Josh's going to carry this one out. It's going to go from the low corner, right high from the ceiling. A no touch again. The Takumi of Apple Pie able to just get enough of that. Enough of Jeffersuck. Get him off on defense. Sanities. They over-rotated on this one, and Thomas Jeffersuck is able to stay in net. This one going towards the corner. A nice little flick. Jeffersuck versus Banter. Jeffersuck trying to play it slow. Really mess with him. Oh, but Banter.
Maybe just a little too slow.
Banter waited until he saw the whites of his eyes. Really paid off on that one. Able to get a save on it. Bantho flicking it out. He's going to go midfield, and then Bantho's going to take it again. And it goes wide off the mark. Bringing back center, going to try and rotate back to an easy back pass, possibly. No. Showstopper is going to... Oh, no! Catching.
I'm not sure
Sends in a flip.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Josh is just out of position here or out of boost or confused, but Showstopper sends it, and Josh, all he can do is just jump. Way out of net.
That's one of those kind of I give up sort of jumps. He saw that he was too far past the corner and just kind of flailed his hands like, eh. Jeffersuck's going to go for the long banger. Showstopper's there to greet him. Ooh, 2 men commit from the Nova. They're finding themselves backwards. That will not help them out as they are now actually down by 1. Still holding the series lead, up by 2 games. But they want to put this away.
Oh.
Nice little shot from Apple Pie. Puts them up by 2.
Yeah, great pass here from American Pie. I did it again. American Panther pinching it off of Josh. Okay, these two no longer need to be on teams with each other for this specific reason. But Apple Pie just able to get up and make a great shot.
It's American Apple Pie.
It sure is.
Yeah. Oh, and
in quick succession. My goodness. So Apple Pie Hunter doing a little bit of a pass to himself as Bantho cannot get there in time, sending it far side corner.
You know what? I think I know how he scored that one. No one expected it because that little car was in the far side of the moon. Like that, he had so much shadow under that ball, you couldn't see him.
Or maybe that's the Takumi strategy.
Gotta be small. Gotta be small. Oh, just barely unable to get that one. Down by 3. The Nova gonna have to be collecting themselves going into game number 4. Possible to still pull this out. There's gonna be a lot of work to do in 30 seconds. 1 goal every 10 seconds. You know they're gonna want to put it away. Bantho with a nice shot. There's still a chance. That's 1 goal in 9 seconds.
Bantho making sure that his teammates stay in this. Jeffersuck getting a nice little pinch off the wall, and everyone behind that is not able to make it touches it as whiff after whiff.
It's a nice little passing play. Played out from Suck to Bantho. Oh, they're trying to delay it. Get possession.
Oh, here's Josh.
A nice little flick, and it just doesn't play out yet. About 5 seconds before the average plays itself out. Showstopper is going to get an extra touch from the corner. 10 seconds remain. Counter going down, and a shot goes in. You can basically write the ticket as we go into game number 4.
There it is. And Apple Pie Hunter with his hat trick of the game. Josh is able to clear this out, but not enough. Apple Pie's waiting there, ready for that center.
7 seconds left. The Ninjas have been able to recoil, counterattack, and recover. And they're going to be giving themselves a chance going into this series. However, match or series point will still rest currently with these Nova, as the Ninjas take game number 3.
And they definitely needed that. They were on risk of being eliminated in an embarrassing sweep from the last place Novas. And all thanks really to Apple Pie Hunter. He was able to step up in Nifty's absence and Mai Tai's absence and really put the hurt on Nova.
You can see that the Ninjas, the shooting just all of a sudden appeared out of nowhere. Able to get 12 shots out from the previous 2 games of like 1 and maybe, 7? And so the immense pressure here. Able to make it work. Apple Pie Hunter enabling them. An amazing just marquee moment for him to really show off his skills. The Nova, you can maybe chalk this one up to being just a little bit lazy. It's weird. When you get into that 3rd game and you're possibly facing a sweep, you get a little lax, you get a little bit unfocused, and so maybe they're like, it's okay, it's not a big deal. So but they can't be like this going into game number 4. They need to put it away if they want to give themselves a chance. But it would be something to be seen. Last place Nova beating first place Ninjas. They're on the precipice of doing so and giving them a chance into the rest of the regular season. But
it would also be a sight to see for the reverse sweep of the first place team to the last.
Oof. Oh, the fact that they would need one. But we're going to be heading into our next game, game number 4. Can the Ninjas continue to recover against the Nova? We have both of our teams join in. What do you think of these players that decide to go with like these 4-letter names with a period at the end? I think they do it because of Justin, but I don't know. It seems kind of faddy.
I don't know. It to me it's kind of weird. It's like when you name a cat like a regular person's name, and just it feels wrong. Like if you name a cat Paul, like who names their cat Paul?
I mean, that's true. You have to name them something like strange. There's like an established naming convention that can be anything but a normal name.
For example, my sister's cat, we are fans of a certain football team whose coach is last name of Patterson, and we named our cat Coach Catterson.
See? That's good. See, I named my cat Master Chief because I love Halo. So there you go.
There you go.
It's fantastic. Back to the game at hand. Lots of pressure from this Nova squad. There was an opportunity earlier for a long clearing goal by the Ninjas, but they end up accidentally stymieing and stalling themselves on that. Ooh, Josh was actually trying to hand it off to Bantho. Not regain possession. Banter getting pit maneuvered, but Apple Pie able to at least kick the ball back as the Nova now are trying to get their wits about them, finding a much more staunch and prepared Ninjas heading into this latter half of the series. Banter's going to try and attain this one from the ground, and Showstoppers is going for the strike, but he flew a little bit too high. I'm going to blame that on a little bit of broken gravity here in the starbase. Bantho kicking over to Josh, but this is going to go right back to middle. Showstopper's going to try and grab it. Jefferson getting destroyed by Banter. In space, no one can hear you scream. We can hear explosions for some reason.
Yeah.
Jefferson over to Showstopper. What an interesting touch. Bantho getting pulled out of net, but Josh able to make the clear. Apple Pie kicking it back to the sidewall. Banter with a long launching clear. It's been a feeler game so far as we're nearing halftime of this game 4. Ninjas have really been able to recover, do much better. Jefferson going for a strike, and Banter getting right in his way with a nice block. He's not going to be able to play this backwards. Ooh, a little bit of latency variation. Don't know where that came from. Oh no, the server's dying maybe. I don't know. Thomas Jefferson launching up to the corner. 2 men are backwards by the Ninjas. That's going to give a little bit of help to the Nova, but nice pushing clear by Apple Pie. Keeps them from making any kind of defensive mistakes so far. Banter flicking it past Jefferson. And actually going for the bump on Bantho. No, on Bantho. And a nice long clear. He's going to be able to get the double touch. No, Apple Pie. He's going to get the good long boot. Josh is flying for it. He's able to redirect it back to the corner. Bantho will take possession again. Back and forth we go. Just over a minute and a half remaining. A double commit did not put them at a disadvantage. A nice little center. And it goes high and wide.
Yeah, great little pass from Apple Pie Hunter to Showstopper, but Showstopper's not able to get on top of it and sends it straight to the moon.
Banter was trying to take out Suck, and the Suck man was able to take out Banter. He goes back out middle. I just realized he only has one F. I've always been spelling his name with 2 Fs. Huh. Well, I can give this one big F as Bantho puts our first goal in for game number 4.
That goal took a long time to happen. Showstopper with that nice little redirect from Thomas Jefferson, but unfortunately it goes back to his own corner, and Bantho's able to spy that and take advantage of it fully.
Give an F to pay respects as Bantho is able to finally put Nova up in this game, and they're looking to finally put this away. Josh centering it up. Bantho is going to get... No, he will not. Banter slamming down Bantho's attempt. That would have been quite the put away. Now Showstopper is going for the slam, putting on the crossbar, and we're even right back up, baby.
And it didn't take very long, did it?
Oof, not
Apple
at
Pie
all.
Hunter's sending it up perfectly for Showstoppers. He's able to get it past any defenders who are going up and bar south.
It just takes one. It takes one to open up the floodgates and really make things start going. Nova starting, they were breathing easy for all of 10 seconds. And now they have to really find a way to put this game away. Jefferson with a long clear, but immediately gone by Showstopper. Banter trying to clear to the corner. Bantho leaning it up, but Banter, was trying to get a nice little touch, and it's going to be followed up instead by Showstopper. This is coming straight down and out. Banter with a nice touch, but Bantho with the save. Jefferson. Offer to Josh. It's J to J. The Suck man not able to get... Oh, he gets a bump on Apple Pie inadvertently, which stops that play.
We see it right here last second.
No, not quite. Insanities was just enough in the lane, and he's trying to get a shot. No!
Back-to-back last-second opportunities for each team, both saved in short order.
We're in overtime now. The Nova really want to get a win out of this so they don't have to possibly face a Game 5 and a possible reverse sweep against these Ninjas. The Ninjas, currently #1 in the standings, are trying to show championship-type qualities here. Banter with a nice save.
Interesting play from Banter to really get that just save and clear, completely counteracting his own momentum by flipping his car around on that boost.
Showing great moments of genius when it's necessary. That's what this team needs if they're going to be able to go from regular season into the postseason, still at #1. Josh is going to be grabbing this one in a dribble. It's a little bit slow, and so Showstopper is going to take advantage with some speed. Jefferson already flying upfield, but Banter knocking it away. Bantho, he delayed his challenge on that one. Not proof fatal just yet. Josh following up on it. Banter really getting in his way, and nice clanger, but it's going to go high.
Ooh, little double touch from Jefferson there, just kind of playing a little tea party in the corner by himself.
Well, he's definitely by himself on this back line now, trying to make sure Showstopper doesn't outplay him. Bantho with a good rotation, otherwise that would have been dead center. This will play straight down. Oh, Apple Pie there late, and it went wide. Over a minute and a half now into overtime. Nova have got to be getting a little bit rattled. All momentum and all challenges are coming out of these Ninjas. Great pursuit in a victory to push to Game 5, and the Nova just want to be done with it by now. Double commit off the backboard, leaving one man in defense. Apple Pie will be there. It will not be hit. Josh backed out to center. Bantho will stay on defense. He does want to overcommit and open up an entire lane. Bantho's going to try and dribble. Pushing it out to Jefferson. This will go crossbar. It's still out and away. Nova chasing it. Banter with a long sentence going back center. Josh pushing it to the sidewall. It'll rise up and high and open up shooting lanes. Showstopper, no. It's going to be Thomas Jefferson making a tag. He tags Banter instead of the ball. Josh lifting again. Banter is relentless. He is not letting up. He is consistently taking every attempt he can to get a touch on the ball. But now Bantho over to Josh. Josh is going to try and drop it down to Bantho. Cannot get a touch, but it's going to go center anyway. Jefferson, not quite. Josh will already be back on defense with that demo. Knocking someone out of the way. Bantho puts it away.
Ooh, the Ninjas cannot complete the reverse sweep here as Jefferson slams American Banter out of the way, taking him out of position for any opportunity to save that as Bantho finishes it off for good.
Nova keeps their season alive with that performance. It was a tough one. They should have had it sooner, but that overtime gives them all the hope in the world to do what they can for the rest of the season.
and that breeds a little bit of hope into Nova. Maybe if they can get a few more wins, maybe some more losses from teams that are further down, like maybe Mob or the Casuals, maybe that can spell a little bit of success heading into the playoffs later on.
Yeah, that was definitely one they needed, and a big one at that, able to stymie this number one team who may be dropping here soon because of that, maybe just a couple spots. They're able to give themselves enough running potential to at least tie themselves up both with the Mob and with the Casuals. And so they're setting themselves up in a good position for success. They at least have a few tiebreakers to undo. And the Ninjas are going to have a little bit of work to do. This may have been the latter half of their roster. And so whenever Mai Tai and Nifty come back, maybe they'll be at better position for success. But we are already looking at our fourth series of the day, as we're going to be having the Bandits versus the Avalanche. Who knows what's going to come out of this one? I can't wait to see if the
exciting series.
The Avalanche, they were able to kind of rebound a bit as much as they could. But in the Bandits, they're looking for the fourth win of the season, possibly going to solidify themselves a playoff position today. Or
Maybe.
We'll be soon to find out. and welcome back to the Frontline Gaming community. I am Hail Monkey Man. I am joined by my amazing man, myth, legend, stellar, sexy Rainstorms, and we are here for our fourth match of the day. It can be a tiresome thing, don't you think? We have to yell, we have to scream, we have to get hyped for so much like high octane action. It's crazy.
Yeah, I need a nap or something. Hopefully we can get some more exciting play from Bandits, like we saw earlier today. Hopefully that can wake me up a bit.
Oh man, any more exciting play, I don't know how we're gonna be able to stand it. We already have a lot more going on between these two. We have the return of the same roster for the Bandits, Banger Boy, Bags, and Cisco. A force to be reckoned with, and one that I don't know can be stopped. And the Avalanche, who also played earlier today, is looking to rebound. And it looks like they have a change of roster yet again, as they're going to have Cube, Boss Alien player out instead of Pax, and Cryptide. So it's going to be quite the interesting affair as well. I've already updated the series. I haven't updated the goal saves shots because I don't have a calculator that works that fast. But they're both now tied in the standings, and this is gonna be another leapfrog event. The Bandits have the potential to lock away a playoff spot in this. Very much can do so, and they could lock it over one of the would have been top teams, and so they're aiming pretty high today.
Yeah, and I definitely think if Avalanche stands any chance against the onslaught that is the Bandits offense, they're going to have to do a lot more defensive pressure, especially from Cryptide. I don't want to throw him under the bus too much, but earlier today, a lot of defensive miscues from him specifically. He was fine on offense, but a lot of their defensive woes was down solely on his shoulders to a lot of defensive mistakes.
And that's just sometimes this is how it plays out. Sometimes you have the game of your life, and sometimes you have a life that you don't want to game. That's weirdly philosophical. Didn't think that would work out like that. So but they're gonna be trying their best to bounce back. I noticed this when I put up the schedule. I didn't realize we always generally have the Avalanche play first. So maybe it's getting to them, having all that beginning stream pressures. I'm not sure, but they're gonna have to bounce back if they want to have any chance to keep their top tier spot, or else the Bandits are gonna be stealing it away. But we're going to go ahead and go down into the Wasteland, where we will be hosting both the Bandits and the Avalanche. Can the Avalanche survive the heat, or will it just be too much for them? Let's find out. Cryptide immediately going for an extra shot. Toast.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm mistaken. It looks like Toast is actually subbed in for this team. They don't tell me fast enough. So it's going to be Toast, Banger Boy, and Bags in lieu of having Cisco.
Ooh, and Boss Alien almost sending it in within the first 15 seconds.
Bags going to keep up the pressure. Actually, he's going to be rolling into a back pass. And Cryptide, I think he heard you talking. He's going to be trying his dangdest to just be existing on their side of the field. Oh, but an extra touch. Who else but Bags to start us off with the scoring?
And there we have it early on. Great little pass from Toast. False Cubes goes up, but he gets the read off just a little bit. Doesn't know where it's going, and Bags is there to slam it down.
My goodness. He's going to set some kind of scoring record. Hey, you know what? I think he's making the record right now. I think this is all history in motion. Boss Alien player. A fantastic free agency pickup, by the way. He has played quite a few of our combines, did not get drafted, but then ended up getting picked up late by quite a few different teams. So he's had a lot of a good fill-in opportunities and potential. So good thing to look out for whenever we head towards our next season, because there's going to be a lot of players that had to be fill-ins, and they want to be mainstays on these rosters in Season 2.
This is the time to do it.
Oh, yeah. Toast with a nice long clear.
Prove your worth.
He's going to try and get the slapper. Ends up giving the slapper to Bags.
And just like we saw earlier, Toast to Bags. Nice little double touch here on the wall. Get it away from Cryptide. And this isn't really his fault. I was getting on to him earlier, but Bags is able to just send it away before Cryptide can realize what's going on.
Oof. It's just one of those where whenever you get the double tap, it takes away just enough of the pace to kind of mess up your rhythm. And you don't look forward. Oh, Bags trying to get an extra little touch. Will not grab it as Heads back on the wall. Cube just trying to do it all himself. Bulldoze his way through. Go Banger Boy to Toast. Banger Boy and Toast, those of you that might not know, is quite the mainstay duo between these two.
Banger Boy sending it out, but Bags opting to go back for boost, letting Toast come in.
Banger Boy's gonna be turning on it. No boost to his own, but still will be giving over to Bags. He goes a little bit slow as they're trying to play a little bit without boost. Can't keep himself airborne long enough to make that one lethal. This Avalanche, the mountain seems to be crumbling already. We're gonna need to see a little bit more pressure. Cryptide has been flying up and down the pitch just to try and get his team some space to breathe. But it's hard to breathe when it's so hot out here. Eskimos don't do well in Texas. I'm pretty sure avalanches don't do well in the wasteland.
They have 50 words for snow, but do they have anything for Mex?
Oh my goodness. Oh, Boss Alien unable to get a grab on that as now Cube and Cryptide are both back on defense. Cube with a good pop over to the corner. Bags will be carrying this up. He tried to slow it down because he saw Cryptide flying from the wall. Not able to really take full control over the Boss Alien player. Boss, ooh, that one a little bit off target. Cube trying to slow it down as much as he can. Cryptide will get the carry. Bags, he does that a lot himself, so he knows exactly what's coming when it's going. Banger Boy trying to pop it right back to Toast. Toast was not ready for it, has to get some boost instead. It's gonna go far corner. Will we get the tapper? No, not quite. Banger Boy slinging it back middle. Toast is creeping up right on it. A two-man commit. An entire back line of Bandits is open, but without Cube and company, it immediately gets shut off and away. Lots of good pressure from the Bandits.
Ooh, coming from Bags. Boss Alien's able to clear that out.
Nice back pass from Bags to Toast. Toast sent it to the ceiling. Toast trying to do it himself. Boss Alien pushing off enough, but Bags incoming. Doesn't go in yet. The Avalanche have not really been able to make a purposeful strike at the Bandits' end of the pitch.
And once again, Bandits are doing a really good job of boost starving this this starving Avalanche team. For the third time in a row, Bags and Toast have been able to take all of their boost. And for the fourth time, Banger Boy coming in, this team has no boost to speak of.
They're just gonna have to somersault. That's what I did when I was 5 years old, and it got me around everywhere I needed to. I did the same thing when I played as Link, so it works. Oh no, Cryptide and Boss Alien committing to the same post, and it's still okay for them so far. Cryptide will carry it over, let Bags do some of the work. Oh no! His tap went a little bit too hard and too high. Less than 30 seconds now. Cryptide and Cube committing on the same turn. Bags by himself, and Cube will put it away for him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's one way to give Bags a hat trick. Sends it in, and Cryptide is almost there. He's just a little bit high. His tires just scrape the top of it as Bags is able to send it, and False Cube just can't get an angle on it to send it away rather than in.
Oof.
But yeah, as you were saying with Link, I think that small, even if it's just a placebo, that small boost in speed from rolling is worth a continuous. Yeah.
Huh? I want to know. I want to be in the studio one time whenever they do that recording because it's amazing. I want to see more. Well, the Avalanche, the mountain seems to be coming down. These Bandits, they are having a high hole time of it. They don't have to play in the snow. They'll be playing in the sand and be just fine with it. And they'll take game number 1.
Yeah, and it's a lot of credit to Bags and Toast specifically for that play. A lot of great passing from Toast, just serving it up to Bags as he continues to show us why he's the league's most prolific scorer. Avalanche didn't really have a whole lot of mistakes, just unfortunately when it counted, made some misreads or didn't pressure the ball soon enough, let Bags kind of have his way on the pitch.
Well, this Avalanche is going to have to do something. They've not done well, and apparently there's like a jackhammer going on above me in my house. So I apologize if you guys hear thud after thud after thud, but hopefully it doesn't mess up anything. Maybe that's the Avalanche trying to practice their way into this next game.
It's Link throwing pots.
Yeah, he's just smashing through all. He's just trying to get a few extra rupees, making it work out. We're gonna go ahead and set up into our next game. The Avalanche, they're gonna have to recover somehow. They need to do more than just be on defense. It seems like they got to the other end of the Bandits' pitch every now and then, but nothing really kind of threatening. We're joining up with our teams now. Oh, Bags will be following up after Toast. He's going to try and dribble it. Nice little flick. Can he put it in himself? Over to the center, and oh, they just barely survived that. The math was checking out on that attack right off the kickoff. Cube unable to get a grab. Bags puts it in, and it's just going to hang low and in.
Yeah, first 15 seconds right there. Bags coming from way. Toast is heading back. Gets it over. Cryptide's not able to send his car around soon enough, just with that bar south.
It's poor Avalanche. Maybe it's just a little bit too hot out there in the wasteland. Not sure. Boss Alien grabbing from the corner, and Bags immediately there to greet him.
Oh,
nice save from Cube, and a good clear from Cryptide. That's the only way they're going to survive. Those attempts are going to be they're going to have to happen super frequently. Banger Boy dropping it to Bags again.
Yeah, great pass from Banger Boy there as he knows that Bags is right there in position in the post waiting. But can't get that shot off as he hits it just off the corner.
Banger Boy getting immediately challenge off into the corner. And this is just math, baby.
That's unfortunate.
Kind of luck too.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Cryptide's there. He makes it just a 50-50, and unfortunately for Cryptide, both of his teammates aren't back in position to back him up as we get the calculator from False Cube.
Oof. Big oof.
Feels bad.
Nothing you can really do about those.
No.
Off the corner again. Boss Alien player will play it as best as he can. Back to the corner. Constantly we're finding 3 players from the Avalanche unable to split themselves up as they're all trying for the same thing. Just trying to survive these onslaughts one after the other. And another, oh, a missed strike from Banger Boy. Cubes into the far wall. Once again, they cannot escape this pressure. Banger and Bags, Banger, and Toast, it's not, they will just constantly hit the ball. As long as they're hitting it to each other, we're in the direction of the Avalanche's net. Oh, and a missed opportunity by Cube.
That sounds like a British culinary dish.
What?
Bags, Banger, and Toast.
You know, I bet that is. Someone get the interpreter, the British interpreter, and see if this is a thing. Toast gonna bring it up from the high ceiling. Get an extra touch here. Slow it down over to Banger Boy. Banger Boy's gonna
sending it slow.
Not quite. It's like a little pinata. No one was around to whack it. Bags once more to the ceiling, but not quite intercepted by Cube. He's just waiting to fall. Actually, that was not Cube. That was Boss Alien. What a nice little touch here. It will not creep under the crossbar. They retain this 2-0 lead for now. Cryptide trying to play it wonky. Trying to mess him up. A nice little play.
There it
Cube.
is.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
About 3 other players that have hit that before Cube got the credit.
Post abuse just from Cryptide. False Cube trying to send it in, and unfortunately for Toast, he's in the wrong position at the wrong time as that shot off the post hits him to go in.
Well, he was trying to cross in and maybe just get enough behind it. They perhaps already thought that it was in. Oh, nice little extra touch! Woo!
Cryptide showing me who's boss. He's going up here, passes it off, reads it excellently off that post, off that backboard, sending it down with his butt, with his rear bumper, with a perfect equalizer.
That was a wonderful dunk. They need that effort from Cryptide all the time if they're going to be able to slam home these bandits. Oh, Bags trying to replicate something similar. It did not pan out. Boss Alien player now with a long clear. Cryptide trying to follow up under it, but he cannot get the challenge on Banger Boy. Ooh, Boss Alien slowing it down, getting away from Banger Boy's possession, but Bags will take up arms with that strike, and then will actually drop over to Toast. Some high hangers. Bags gonna get the long one. Oh! You can't stop him, man. You just
He
can't.
slams it down, not only in a perfect position right on top of Cryptide and Boss Alien player, but hits it off the crossbar and sends it down. Cryptide just trying to lift it out of there, but can't get the angle out as it still lifts in.
Bags is not to be outdone by Cryptide, just slow-moing himself right up there. Cryptide trying to do something similar again, maybe a ceiling touch. No,
It's nothing but slam dunks.
Woo.
This is the NBA dunk contest brought to you by Rocket League.
Oh, nice
Oh,
upward
nice
flick.
flick.
Banger Boy's gonna be bringing it back center. It's gonna go into Boss Alien. He's gonna turn it right around again. No, he actually will have to delay it. Both Banger and Bags pulled away. Oh, and Cube out of position. He's trying to roll back onto defense, and we'll eventually get a touch on this. Cube, oh, he's been needing some help for the past 10 seconds. Not a lot of good touches there, and Toast trying to get one from the sky.
Yeah, good read from Toast on that ceiling shot, from Cryptide. Unfortunately, not able to send it down the right.
Bags over to Cube. Cube, oh, flying over it. He had an opportunity. And now Cryptide is trying to play as challenger on the blind side of the ball. Less than a minute back. Avalanche have a much better chance this go around, but Bandits are quickly regaining speed. Cube's gonna try take this off the wall. A nice extra flick with no boost at all. Also, that was very mechanically, that was beautiful. I love that. Toast goes flying. Cryptide not be able to get a touch off of anything, but he will continue to challenge Cube, captain of this Avalanche. Do his darndest to keep his team in this. Less than 30 seconds. Banger Boy out to the middle. Cube denying the strike. Boss Alien trying to get in the way of Banger Boy. Bags will take possession. He's trying to back pass it. This is going to go up to the ceiling and roll over. Banger Boy, the nice clear out to midfield. Bags with the redirect. They're just keeping up the pressure. Toast is just going to try and swing this. Bleed some time. And this is going to go to the far wall. Can Cryptide get there? It's the low corner. Cryptide with the long one. Can they chase? No, they cannot. The Bandits will be going to series point after this second win.
Yeah, and that's it. Still just a lot of offensive pressure from Bags and Cryptide as well on both of their amazing slam dunks for really, really high in the zone. And so Bandits are doing everything right. They're passing, they're reading the opposition really well. They're able to cut away plays early on before they really have a chance to manifest into any opportunities. And Avalanche is just having just the hardest time fighting back against that. And so it's interesting to see how they're going to adapt in this potential sweep game to combat that.
The Avalanche, they for what few shots they were able to get, they got a third of the shots that the Bandits did, but they made them count. But they're going to need way more to be able to put the Bandits in their place. It's not enough to just, weather the storm and the bullet storm that these Bandits are shooting at them. They're going to need to get downfield, they're going to need a strike, and they're going to make sure each one is on point. We're heading into game number 3, a very, very potential sweep in order. The Bandits would love nothing more to go 2-0 on the day and to give themselves an easy spot in the playoff. The Avalanche are going to have something to say about that, as they would like a playoff spot too. This is basically a play-in situation between these two teams. And who else is going to be in the midfield of our standings? Cryptide did a lot of good work whenever we had game number 2. Was able to kind of carry and push his team as far as he could. Now he's trying to apply the pressure. Cube and Cryptide right upfield. Now they're having to backtrack. Nice little flick. Toast is there to meet him. Toast again with the extra attempt. We'll try and lay over to Bags. Bags push up to the corner. Cube just trying to disrupt the play. They're going to have to do a lot of disruption. These pass plays come early and often out of these Bandits. Oh, and just trying to bulldoze his way in. Not enough muscle. Does he even lift? Banger Boy pushing away Boss Alien player, but Boss Alien able to just keep the ball rolling. Ooh, Toast stealing it away from his own teammate. Bags may have been trying to do a little bit of a slow play. Bags over to Toast, and Toast is going to have to chase. Cube is gonna try and get under this. A nice little lift. Oh, the fake! The fake, boy! Woo!
4D chess to the max. So false cube right there, just sending him, making him look foolish.
Woo, that's definitely a false cube. The true sphere, whatever you got, he took him right off his axles, sent him to the garage. Those things are shattered and broken and gone.
That's embarrassing.
Let's hope they can continue to play these smart plays, really draw them off. Cryptide with a nice backwards touch. Lost Alien, oh, a nice little flick pass. Bags is in chase, gonna have to travel this up the corner. Oh no, impossible miscue. Toast. It is solidified right back into the corner.
False cube, a little dangerous, clear away from players, sending it back in their own zone, but Banger Boy with a nice nice little clear away from that demo.
Flick it past. Right now, the Bandits are kind of choked out in their own end. Oh, Cryptide going. He's going to go off the ceiling. This is going to drop, but a nice save by Toast. A few different angles came out of that one. Boss Alien without any boost. Try to play it slow, and that is not going to help him. As Toast takes it from Bags, and we'll get this equalized.
Yeah, that was a ripper. Bags coming in, sending it right past Boss Alien and Cryptide. Toast is right there to take advantage and mop that up.
Whew. Back even at 1. No matter how chippy this becomes, been playing even so far in these last couple of games.
Bags setting it high up.
Just trying to get it right off the gate.
Area.
A nice redirect.
Oh, Toast!
Woo! Toast, my man.
Oh. What a great read here from Toast. Banger Boy sends it up, and Toast is right there. Such a wide angle, sending it bar down south of the border.
Oh man, that redirect. These passing plays, they just happen in a flash. You don't expect them, and you just hope that you can read anything that's coming out of their offense. And Bags all over again.
You're not going to be able to finish his sentence while they're on the zone.
Oh,
Bags is right here. He sends it off the post, but luckily it goes right back to him, and he's able to send it in on that second touch.
You would think that this Avalanche offended each of the Bandits' mothers with the way they've just started scoring. the sheer amount of just the angst. They are in a hurry to just put this one away. They are punishing these Avalanche for daring to fake them.
Here he comes.
Oh, Cryptide with a nice long clear, trying to get a rebuttal, a counter going. Boy, lifting this over to Boss Alien. Boss Alien trying to challenge. Oh, Cube takes
False
Banger
cube
Boy.
bumped away.
Bags will send him back down the same lane. Still a chance for this Avalanche. Cube down to the low corner. Both Cryptide and Boss Alien have been turned around, so it's not going to make a very strong touch out of it. Cube with a good save as that was launching towards the high 90. Banger Boy's actually just trying to get rid of a few defensive players. Clear out the zone. Nice, wise choice. Cube pushing Banger back, and this one will have Avalanche all upfield. Cryptide by himself. Able to get away from Bags. Cryptide getting away again, just stopping them these harder strikes with good full body challenges. Banger Boy though, unable to grab it. Toast!
Toast get it?
Toast
for
with
the
a hat
Hattie.
trick. Butter him up. That man's toasty.
Oh man, butter side down as well. Banger Boy sending off the crossbar. Toast is there to mop it up as both False Cube and Cryptide just way wide on that save, as they did not expect Toast to shoot it in the place he did.
Avalanche is facing a massive mountain as large as themselves to recover from this. All the momentum was on their side. Just after that one little awesome fake, the floodgates have opened and all this bread is becoming toast.
Oh my goodness. At what specific point does bread become toast? This is that point. Sending it in near side away from False Cube as he's just laying it on thick.
So hot out there. It's getting a nice little sear. Might as well make a grilled cheese out of all this. Bags will be rising up for it. No, it's going to be toast. It's going to come off the backboard. Will it go down in? No. It is just a scoring fest at this point. Pandora's box has been opened and the Avalanche is suffering at the hands of fate. Cryptide
And
to
Toast.
again. Will he be going for the double hattie?
Unfortunately, Cryptide is taking this shot away from Bags. He's going up for that slam dunk, but he doesn't have any teammates back as they're still coming back from their rotation. And Toast with his goal number 5. He's doing his best Bags impression.
I think he was tired of hearing how amazing Bags was and just wanted to take a turn. This Bandits team is going to be probably one of the toughest teams to face off against going through the rest of this season and into the playoff, which they most surely have a place in. Cryptide trying to take this from the ground, make what they can out of this game of what time is left. 30 seconds left. Cryptide can try and doink it over to Cube. Cube a little bit slow on it, can't grab into the upper corner. Toast now down from the ground. So we'll go and jab ceiling, come back down into Bag's possession, nearly able to beat 2 defenders from the Avalanche. One bit of solace that the Avalanche can take is they had a really awesome fake on that one play.
They really did. That makes up for a lot.
Cryptide.
Oh, is he gonna get it?
Toast!
He does!
With the double hattie and the Brazil just to put it away.
Not only the double hattie for Toast with his 6th goal, but also the 3rd assist for Bags for his playmaker medal of the game.
Whew. If there was ever a highlight reel to show off to anyone, this is the one. It may not be the most competitive, but definitely this is one to remember. Los Alien will send the ball away. It will touch dirt. Bandits will take this in a quick sweep over the Avalanche. Congratulations to them, and pretty much solidifying themselves in the playoffs. The Avalanche have a lot of work to do if they're going to discontinue this downward slide, as they're now down to an even 500 at 3-3, and Bandits improved to 4-2.
Yeah, and it's Bandits have a really hot hand right coming off of 2 amazing wins in the series, not only in this week, but also in the previous week, where they really started to find what works for them as a team. They're getting all of these great offensive chances, just pure onslaught. And for Avalanche, you've really got a feel for them, because coming into today, they were tied for first, essentially, in the series statistics at 3-1. But now, as you said, they've slid back to a 3-3, even 500 after 2 lost series on the day. And so they've got to really do a quick tune-up going into the last week if they really want to solidify themselves as a playoff team, unless maybe somebody beneath them can knock them out. Who knows?
Well, we have a few more contenders that are still looking to get to the playoffs themselves. We have one more match on the day, one more series, one more for everyone. This has been the Frontline Gaming community, and the Summer Draft Series is facing a pretty epic end to week number 4, as we're going to be seeing the Golden Knights from the Utopia Coliseum face off against the Tsunami led by Jaxie. Please stay tuned. It's going to be a big one.